Welcome to Goats and Dragons, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Please be warned, this podcast contains adult situations and language that may not be suitable for children. In fact, we try our best to be unsuitable for people of all ages. You're welcome. Hey everyone! Welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the tiefling sorcerer Charity.
The sound levels have been balanced, whether they wanted to be or not.
Yay! Adam, playing the halfling rogue Burbage Kemp.
I already know we're going to hear so much Darcy whispering, like, behind Andy's audio.
I know, right? There's a lot of Darcy.
I love it. Hi, everyone.
Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Darcy, playing the tiefling cleric Hakari.
Toss a coin to your Burbage, 'cause he loves money, 'cause he loves money, oh.
I have no idea where that's from, because I don't follow anything like that.
Really? Nothing.
Really? Nothing like that?
I mean, I don't.
Any witchmen?
You toss a dime at your witchman. Throw a dime at... Anyway. Oh, gosh. Well, hey, welcome.
Inside jokes.
Beautiful. All right, I think I'm ready for tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. Smooth. Oh, God.
Why can't I see anything?
Why can't anyone see anything?
I can.
It's not a
Ooh.
philosophical
I can.
question.
You might need to scroll.
No, okay.
Away from some
Sorry,
dark-
anything was hyperbole. I can see the glowing orbs, and I can see my thing, and I can't see anything around my thing. Is that how it's supposed to be?
Good.
I'm just double checking.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, cool.
That is
Great.
That is
That's
good.
awesome. I love that.
All right. Previously on Goats and Dragons, The Fates of Rin, leaving Cliffmill behind, the family had set off for where they believed they may find a person named Israk Devere. And after a couple of weeks on the seas, getting to know the new crew and serving as a few key members yourselves, you began to notice the crew's morale waxing and waning on the ship. You had started to notice that Hakari began drinking much more heavily again. And as you approached the large red cliffs of Wadhaven and the further out to sea black cliffs, miles off the coast, something strange was happening in the oddly formed bay between the black sliver cliffs and the red rocks. Other ships reported boats being attacked as they were anchored. And because of this, you and the crew of the readied sails keep circling the bay as you took a small skiff to the black sliver cliffs. And following the opposite of the directions to Devere, you had come across a cave system newly filled with small pools of lava, out of which two gigantic hydra emerged. Luckily, you made short work of these creatures and even discovered a small earthen elemental creature that with long hair that seemed to be looking for something and had let on that someone fairly recently had come through here as well. After that thing disappeared and the hydras were defeated, you made your way winding through the lava and the caves to the very end. And when you touch the pack on the wall, as the instructions suggested, you all were surrounded by a brilliant white, all-encompassing light. Now, you notice first the freezing temperature. A cold you've never quite experienced. The fierce wind and snow hits your face, and you have a hard time catching your breath as your lungs and throat immediately feel a subtle pinching feeling. The blinding white light of the cave gives way to an oppressive darkness. It is nighttime. There is no light but the soft moonlight illuminating the thick snow and choppy waves beyond this iceberg. You are now positioned in the center of an iceberg that raises up 20-some feet out of the dark waters below. Several large pieces of ice float and nearly cling to the side of this in the water. And even in the dark, you notice fine, thin protuberances. I don't say that word a lot. Atop which are set 5 floating spheres glowing faintly in the dark. Besides the 2-foot thick snow that you've already sunk into, there is nothing else on this sheet of ice that you notice. Ladies and gentlemen, what is it you would like to do?
You guys, there's snow. I love snow. Also, I can't really see much. So that's the thing.
Very true. Besides the orbs giving off a very soft light, it is very dark. Only starlight, basically, in the sky. The winds are howling. The snow is thick. What do we do?
You
can see?
More because I'm a tiefling, right?
A little bit more, yeah. You should have dark vision here.
I think everybody but me should be able to see, like, everyone else's tokens. I think I'm the only one without dark vision.
Burbage doesn't have it, right?
Oh.
Yeah, no, halflings don't have it either.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Half and half.
Okay, well, we'll just stumble around lost.
Do I feel like I could create bonfire on the ground?
You could certainly try. Yeah, go ahead and cast the spell. And as you reach your hand out and create the fire, go ahead and indicate what space you'd like that in.
We're kind of equidistant from the orbs. We're farthest from this lower right corner one.
Mm-hmm.
So, there.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll give that a little bit of light. There we go. That should
Sweet.
light us up a tiny bit there. You now have a bonfire that is giving off a decent amount of heat. The snow that's coming down on it, you hear kind of sizzle and steam mixed with the kind of magical smoke from this floating bonfire. It melts the snow underneath it. And actually, Burbage, as you're kind of standing there, give me a perception check.
Sure thing. 26.
26. Very nice, very nice. As the snow kind of melts away, you see something kind of shiny underneath the snow. And the snow is 2 feet, so it's coming up to almost your chest, Burbage, at this point.
Burbage, do you need a lift?
Yeah, I could use a lift, Stormbringer. Thank you.
I'll pick him up and put him on my shoulders.
Oh, that's better. It was dark. Now it's a bit lighter. Thank you, Charity. It is very cold here. Are we supposed to be here? Was that supposed to happen? And also, Andy,
yes.
Does Burbage feel like he is like either or both his ring of warmth and or his sweater from Stormbringer are like keeping him warm?
The sweater a tiny bit, as a sweater would. But your ring of warmth, actually, you can feel it. It's weird. It's almost the opposite of like a hot tub in the cold air. It's like your insides feel really, really warm, while kind of the outside then feels really hot, cold. If that makes sense.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you, Stormbringer. I saw something shiny down there before you picked me up. Does somebody want to reach down and see what it is? Did you say it's something that's kind of like protuberancing?
It's buried about a foot down in the snow, and it's only uncovered because of the fire itself has melted a decent amount of the snow. And Hakari, as you step there, you feel it's you're kind of standing on like a rock almost. It's like really, really hard in the snow. So, which is kind of a weird because it's an iceberg. There's not really rocks on it or earth or anything like that.
I'm gonna kneel down and start digging a little bit.
Okay.
We should be cautious. The notes mentioned that Israk Devere was incredibly paranoid, and I believe also mentioned something about his liking to tinker with clockworks. This sounds like the sort of person who would make a trap.
Ah, what just happened?
Hakari, you uncover a
Dead body?
suit of armor
Oh.
and filled with a dead body.
Oh,
It is
okay.
fairly well preserved. It is a wood elf, only entirely frozen.
All right.
I feel like you find a suit of armor filled with a dead body is kind of burying the lead.
Maybe a little.
I will. It's frozen solid. Is it under ice?
Not quite. It's just the ice is basically covering it like in kind of a thin layer.
Do I have anything with me, or does anyone have anything with them that I could like maybe pickaxe a little bit at it?
Chip away. I mean, your sword, I suppose. Or
Okay.
do you have anything in your? Do you have any hammers and pythons, perhaps?
I doubt Hakari carries.
I have a fire sword.
Oh,
Also true.
so would that like melt it, kind of?
Yeah, you can give that a
Can
try.
I
if you want.
use Stormbringer? Can I use your sword?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
So I'm
hand it.
gonna somehow, like, will it work for
Yeah.
me? Or Stormbringer?
Yeah, I don't think it requires attunement.
No, it doesn't.
You just sort of light up. Yeah, you light up this sword.
Do I do like in Game of Thrones where you're like with the
Yeah.
fire? What are they called? Those fire priests or whatever. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
with
Exactly.
their hand.
Yep. And you take the blade down to the frozen dead guy,
Okay.
and it begins to melt a little bit of
Okay.
the ice. Yeah. So you are basically uncovering this guy pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Has anyone else noticed that Hakari has been asking to borrow our swords a lot more frequently in the last hour?
I mean, I think she's had pretty legit reasons both times, and I'm not sure this is the time to be shouty about that.
Just an observation.
I'm ignoring them. I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing.
Concentrated. Yeah, it takes a couple minutes maybe, but yeah,
Okay.
you unice this guy. You uncover him.
And ice
completely.
him.
Yeah.
I'm probably looking, though not necessarily getting any closer to the orbs
Okay.
and seeing what because my dark
Yeah.
vision extends out past them, and then especially with them casting some light
Glowing a
themselves.
bit. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. You sort of first, just from where you are, notice the colors. One's red, one's kind of brown, one is blue, yellow, and then one looks sort of pure white.
I was going to say, do I notice the colors, Andy? Do I? Galway? Not Charity?
Not Galway. Charity does. Is Charity colorblind?
No.
I didn't think so. Yeah, Charity gets it.
Have
Yeah,
I-
so that's sort of what you noticed so far. Do you want to kind of go up to one,
No.
or
You said that
Yeah.
there is a protuberance,
yes?
and
Yeah, there's like an iron spike, and then about a 3 or 4 inch gap and of nothingness.
Okay,
and
so
then
they are legitimately floating above
yes,
this other thing. Okay.
yes, exactly.
Does this arrangement seem significant to Charity at all?
Give me an Arcana check about that.
First,
Guidance.
guidance. A spell that you should use on yourself or your friends to make you better at stuff. Use it early. Use it often.
14. All right. Oh,
15.
15. All right.
I was like, we just did the spot for guidance.
This is difficult. You feel that each of these orbs is magical. And from this distance, you can tell there's kind of a marbling kind of effect in the spheres themselves. It's not a pure red or a blue or a yellow. It's marbled just a little bit, swirled just a little bit. It glows a tiny bit. It's hovering. All of these things indicate a magic to a certain extent. But you can tell with that Arcana that each one feels slightly different in its magic, meaning each one might do kind of a separate thing, is what you believe.
Does
But that's
that
kind of all? Yeah.
does that change, if I can tell, feel more like a difference in element or a difference in school?
Yeah, you can't quite tell either of those from it, because it feels like a very similar kind of magic, though the effects feel different, if that makes sense.
Okay. Maybe we can check on the elf body.
Yeah, Andy, with
Yeah.
Hikari's digging, is there kind of some space down there now where Burbage could like stand and not be enveloped by snow?
A little bit. You'd be kind of standing on the body, but at that point, you'd be next to the fire and not enveloped in snow. The wind wouldn't be hitting you quite as briskly in the face.
I mean, I guess Burbage would heed Charity's suggestion of being cautious, and would either ask to be lowered down again by Stormbringer, or ask Stormbringer to like lean down so that he could get a good look at the body and do like a check for, I guess a standard investigation check.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of looty, like searching the body itself. Go for it.
Searching the body, but also searching for anything like any kind of traps, any kind of trap that the body might have triggered or not yet triggered, more relevantly for us.
No, I 100% get it. Yeah. Give me an investigation then, too.
Yeah, Lena, will Stormbringer assist?
Stormbringer will hold you down like over it and in front of it, like just like leaning your face real close to it.
It would be funny if you're just dangling me by my feet, like a Mission Impossible situation.
Yeah.
And as they're doing this, Hikari and Charity, you guys are just miserable. This cold and ice just is incredibly uncomfortable.
That's why I moved closer to the fire earlier, and that's why I was standing on the body.
I get you.
I rolled a 13 investigation, but I'm wondering if we could say that Charity would have offered me guidance. Like, that makes sense.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly would have if it looked like you were going to investigate the thing.
Yeah.
So plus 4, that's a 17.
17.
Investigation check.
Sweet.
Very good. Yeah. With a 17, you see a finely wrought elven sword at his side. You with the help of Hikari's melting, you can remove it from its scabbard just a little bit, and the blade itself is is curved just barely and slightly, so that it looks a slight bit leaf shaped. It's quite beautiful. There's some elven runes inlaid in it. There is a pack kind of underneath this person, and you kind of are searching through it as best you can. There's really nothing of value at this point. There's no rations. There's no, there's some like ball bearings and a hammer and some pythons and some adventuring gear, but nothing really of value that you don't have. And then you're searching kind of the body itself. You don't see any traps. You do find a sort of hastily written letter in its gauntlet that it's grasping. And the letter seems to be made out to Israk Devere, and then just a string of cuss words in several different languages, including Elven, Halfling, Common, and Dwarvish.
So as soon as Burbage takes the sword out,
Yeah.
I sarcastically am like, "Can I borrow that for a minute, Burbage?"
I didn't specify that he did take it out, but just to make your moment good, I'll say that he did. Well done.
Okay.
Okay.
I like the sarcasm.
Charity will sort of nod. Fair. Can I lean down and while sort of Burbage is looking through his things,
Yeah.
try to see what might have killed this man?
Yeah. Sure. Give me a medicine check then.
I'm going to have guidance myself before I do.
Beautiful. I get you. All right. So, Charity, with your many years of medical training, and this body being very well preserved, you have, you were searching it. There are no puncture wounds, no slashes across it. The armor is very well intact. This person looks to have died of the elements, which,
Oh, nice.
in your opinion, probably only took a few days, a week, maybe.
Well, fuck. The good news is, I don't think he died from a trap on this place.
That is good news.
The bad news is this place itself might be a giant trap as a freezer to kill people.
It's just a nice snowy place. Also, wait, how long would he have to be here to freeze to death?
A shorter time than you'd imagine. A few days.
Okay, well, he sounds weak, but that's not his fault. But, why did he just stay here?
Well, that's going to bring us to what I imagine is the next point. How do we get out of here? Charity's going to sort of stop. How is everyone doing? We just had to fight several large hydras. Should we take a moment?
Take a short rest while we think about things?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Have a snack?
Of course, you can.
Wait. Before we do that, or after we do it, I have an idea. Maybe, alright,
Yeah.
I, Burbage Kemp, am thinking better of it, and I say, yes, let's do a short rest before I initiate
You
this
try
idea
something?
I had.
I just gotta
Yeah.
say, you're making me real nervous, Adam.
I just made the right decision.
You 100% did.
Should not make you nervous. It should be the opposite. You should be
Oh,
proud
okay.
of me and relieved.
No, I feel like all
Very
you've
proud.
done is you've made the right decision in terms of you've mitigated damage. As we sort of sit down to rest, probably nearish the fire,
Yes.
you're going to see Charity focus for a second, and some of the little spurts of silver flame will sort of solidify, and you recognize, all of the members of the family would recognize this as he's turning raw magical energy back into a spell slot. So I've spent 6 sorcery points in order to reproduce a 5th level spell, or reproduce a 5th level spell slot. And then you're going to briefly see a glimmering image of like an angel in his hand, and he's going to sort of crush that, and then the glow will flow up his arm. And I just turned a 4th level spell slot into 4 sorcery points.
Ah. Beautiful. I love it.
Charity, did you just kill a little angel? Did you just create?
I think it should be fairly. I think at this point it should be fairly clear that our mission in life is to kill a rather large angel.
Oh, yeah. So you're just practicing.
With fond thoughts.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
do we know what Israk Devere looked like? Could he be this guy that's like frozen?
You do know he was elven.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about.
Do we know which type of elf?
You don't. Probably in the chapter on Israk Devere, it would have mentioned he's a high elf.
Okay.
From
And this was a wood elf, right?
Yeah, not a wood elf.
It also might have felt a little bit odd. And we also know he was a druid, and this guy's wearing like metal armor.
Yeah. Yes.
So that wouldn't quite scan.
There's a lot of cuss words directed at Israk Devere.
I was going to say, and wrote a letter to Israk Devere with a lot of obscenities. So probably
Okay,
not
like,
him.
to be fair, if that was, like, the only thing, Israk Devere does sound fucking insane, so,
Fair
you
enough.
never know.
Thought the letter maybe could have been he got it and was carried it around.
No,
That's a
maybe.
good point,
Yeah. And Charity.
So we're short resting?
Yeah,
Yes.
Charity, like, basically outside of 5 or 10 feet of the fire, is just so uncomfortable that you would not be able to take a short rest, just because you're kind of on the edge of the 10 feet there.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
planning to stay in at about that range.
Yeah, cool. And then Stormberger and Burbage, you guys are doing okay. It's uncomfortable, but even for you guys, but it's bearable. And then Akari and Charity, you guys.
Yeah, I'm as close to the
It's
fire as I
difficult.
possibly can
I
be.
would like to remind you that I am mountain born, so I am acclimated to high altitude, and
Yeah.
I'm naturally adapted to cold climates, as described in Chapter 5 of the Dungeon
100%.
Master's Guide, which I've never read.
Yes, and I'm telling you, you are uncomfortable here.
Wow.
This is not a mountaintop, which you are very well acclimated toward. This is bad.
So Charity, is we sort of sit at the fire. The orbs are magic of some kind. They're all. And Andy, butt in if this seems like I'm trying to accurately represent what you said in
Yes,
original terms, but
Please.
like they all have a similar effect, but they're all of slightly different types or kinds.
Yes.
I don't know what they do.
Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly that. They all sort of seem to have the same kind of spell almost cast on them, doing something slightly different.
I didn't investigate any of them very closely. I figured it would be best to get a little bit of energy up first, but there doesn't seem to be much here except for these, and these certainly don't seem to be here by accident, so likely if there's a way off of this ice, not even a rock, it'll be through them.
Yeah, probably. That's a good idea, Charity. Let's just take a little break. And Burbage will kind of look around and he'll take a seat on the dead elf.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he'll kind of like shift a little bit, and he'll pat the spot next to him and be like, "Hey, Akari, come sit next to me. There's plenty of room on this dead elf."
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is nice, though, isn't it, you guys? There's the snow and no other living creatures, as far as we know, for miles and miles. Just the family. This is perfect. We should. I mean, this is great. Why would we want to leave?
As Stormbringer says that, you hear a.
Oh,
That was
God.
a weird noise. I didn't know ice made that noise.
Somewhere kind of to the north of you.
I think maybe the ice is just shifting.
Did that sound familiar to us?
It sounded a bit. A few of you who've been in the woods enough know the sound of kind of a bear's growl or bellow. It sounded a bit like that. Only that's ridiculous. You are literally on an iceberg, and you cannot see land beyond it.
I'm sure this bodes so well.
Anyway, so nice here.
Hey,
This is
Akari.
Darcy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ask your question, Akari. No. Darcy
so
has a
this
question.
is Darcy.
Yeah.
Do you get spell slots back after a short rest? Depending on the spell?
Clerics don't. Some others do, like warlocks. But good question. Okay, so as you're taking a short rest, you've rested a little bit here. If anyone wants to do any hit dice, that's fine. And also, you have made it to level 12.
So if we're leveling, do we still need to do hit dice to regain any we lost, or will we get the HP from the level?
You will get only the HP you gain from the level.
Okay, then
so
I
if
do
you
want to
were-
use like 2 hit dice.
Okay. Let's maybe roll hit dice first.
Yeah, that's probably
And,
easiest.
or
Get
I'm
the
sorry,
bar.
yeah. Hit points first, I meant. Just in case that changes, maybe you don't want to use hit dice or something like that.
And remember, you recoup half your hit dice rounded up on a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
feel free to
equal
use it.
plus So
And it's nighttime. Yeah. So yeah, who'd like to go first?
I'll go first. I'm a D12.
Okay.
I'm taking mine. I rolled max.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Don't forget to add your Constitution modifier to that, and that is your
Thank you.
that ups your maximum hit points.
What's mine?
Yours is a D8, Hikari.
Okay. Oh, it's not rolling
6.
for me.
Yeah, it's on the inside.
Out of 8? I will take that.
Okay. Add your Constitution modifier, and that is added then your maximum hit points. And then
Cool.
Galway.
I will, Galway.
Burbage. Have Burbage go.
Either
I'll
way,
go
yeah,
next
Burbage.
with a D8. A 6. I will take mine.
All right. And Charity with a D6. 2.
Yours. Apparently, it rolled a 2 and it didn't roll on my screen.
Oh, 6. Jesus. Very nice.
And to reiterate the question that I'd asked, just for people to be clear on it, we add the amount that we've just gained from leveling to both our hit point maximum and our current hit points, correct?
100%. Yes.
It's like the 7 I just added goes on both, so that it's not like you now need to use a hit die if you were full.
But
Right.
Do we have temporary hit points from Charity?
Not technically temporary, but you have the
They are
aid
full hit
ones. Yeah.
Well,
and
yeah.
you need to start tracking those separately because he's going to start doing actual temporary hit points. Which
I track them
function
into
differently.
temporary, so.
It's fine. No, we'll get you set
cool.
up when that comes to that.
This is like a stupid nitpicky question. It doesn't actually really matter. But do we also have all of our 12 hit dice or just 11 hit dice?
Unless you've used them, you probably have all 12. Yeah.
So we gain that one as soon as we level. We don't have to have a long rest.
Yes.
We've gained everything from leveling to 12.
So we gain increased tracked resources because my rage goes up one more. Okay.
Spell slots, anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I still do want to use hit dice. I'm trying to figure out how many I want to use.
Cool.
I think I will use 2 hit dice for my short rest. Can I do that?
Yeah.
We don't short rest enough. I always forget. So I just click hit dice in the middle of my character sheet twice.
Yeah, as many as you want.
Probably. Just make sure that it's not rolling a d4. Cool, you're fine.
Yeah, I saw that it was set to D4 and I
mine.
changed it to be D8.
Yeah, or the Roll20 update for some reason set them all to D4s. I don't know why. Nobody has
default.
D4 hit dice.
14 hit points recovered for Burbage.
I'm going to roll 3 hit dice.
Jesus Christ,
It was way fucking overkill, but that was like the men I had to roll to get to max HP if I rolled men on each one, so.
Yeah. Right.
And with this rest, has Charity's aid amounts to us changed?
No.
They were the same since before the Hydras, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay, I'm good with all my management stuff.
Great.
And I am taking, we talked about this, but I'm taking the second chance feat, and I will raise my dexterity to 19. I'm going to hit 20 by the end of this campaign, unless I die tonight.
As you're getting warmer on the fire, Stormbringer, you've brought out the glaive from the Oni, and everyone's watching you, and they notice that it's still like a little too heavy for you to wield super easily, but it's almost as if you've now learned to use that weight to make really intense strikes with it. You are now more flowing with the weapon rather than trying to just brute force strength it. So your training with this weapon has really paid off, and you feel really good about being able to use that.
You guys, look at what I can do!
I'm gonna swing it around kind of, wildly, but in control.
Yeah. Not to be super outdone, Hakari takes out her longsword, sort of spins it on her wrist above her head, catches it again, and whips it around and back into its sheath. Seems like she too has been quite practicing on the boat these last few weeks.
That's cool too, Hakari. You've got good blade work with your hands.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, Hakari. While we're here sitting on an iceberg on top of a dead elf.
I know, isn't it nice?
Yeah, it's really nice, Stormbringer. I just wanted to say, Hakari, again, sorry for getting all weird about Bright Fang earlier. Been feeling kind of strange ever since the crew responded so strangely to me, yanking it out.
Wow.
Drawing my sword, drawing Bright Fang. And so, yeah, just been in a weird mood pretty much for the last 20 years. And I'm sorry for taking it out on you.
He's 100 now.
I just for the last 20 years, how would we be able to tell then that the mood was weird?
And so I just wanted, I hope I didn't, hurt your feelings or endanger the relationship that we've built so far during our time knowing each other.
I'm fine. It's totally fine.
Oh, that's good. Great to hear. All right. I feel shortly rested. How about you guys?
I feel great.
Charity is playing with the dice that Aideen gave him, and he's sort of rolling them across his fingers. And they sort of as they roll, keep coming up in winning combinations for dragon dice. And sort of looking at me, he's like, since you all brought me back, I've had clarity that I've never had before on how fortunate, how lucky I've been to have met each of you, to be able to call each of you family. And I know that now I have no idea where we are, actually, but I know we're out of the way of where we thought we were going to be, but thank you for bringing me back. Thank you for supporting each other. Burbage, thank you for apologizing. We are family. We have many things to do. Many of them seem to involve preventing the world from being consumed entirely in hellfire. But all of them are important. You supported me. You brought me back because I want to be here, and I want to be here with you. I want to travel with each of you. I want to find this crazy-ass elf and ask some very unpleasant questions because I'm freezing.
It's not that cold.
I want to find your sister, Stormbringer, and Dawn Protector.
Yeah.
And bring what comfort we can. Burbage, we sort of resolved Diefield partially, so I guess the quest is to get you laid?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really entirely sure. And Hakari, we will find your necklace. I will burn whatever I need to make it happen. Because that's what family means.
Cool.
Burning things?
When you're me, yes.
Wow.
That is just a necklace, so maybe we discriminate a bit about what we burn for it.
Everything.
Hey, do you need like tips on getting laid, Burbage? You gotta arm wrestle the ladies and impress them with your strength, and then they really like you because you're nice and you arm wrestled them.
Hey, Stormberger, in case you haven't noticed, I'm not attracted to ladies.
Oh,
Unless they're boat ladies. In my experience, boat ladies get me right where it hurts. Get me right where
I
it hurts.
hadn't noticed. But I think it works with guys too. I don't usually have sex with men at all, ever. But I think it would probably work the same.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I'll try to arm wrestle people more. Totally, I'll
Okay.
do that.
Good.
All right, but here, Charity. Excellent. I completely agree with you, and I appreciate what you've shared. And I agree that there are many things to do. First item on the agenda. Let's take a vote. I say we start calling Charity Clarity. Because he said that he had found some clarity. It's obvious,
Sure.
right? We're gonna
Yeah.
find clarity.
Charity, are you into that?
No.
All right, we don't
Can we
have to do
call you
that.
Chair Claire?
Oh my gosh.
Chair Claire?
Hikari, as they're doing this,
Yeah.
you're kind of watching these three sort of. They're just joking around. They're bonding again. It's actually kind of a nice time around the fire, and you sort of kind of take a deep breath and calm yourself a little bit, and your gaze averts from them, and you're looking up now, and the sky is filled with stars, but they look funny.
Okay, how do they look funny?
The sky's filled with spiders. Sorry, that was too funny. Lena just wrote in Discord, the sky looks like spiders. No, it's filled with stars. You don't recognize the constellations in the sky right now.
Oh, nice.
If you really kind of want to look harder at it,
Yeah.
you can give me a survival check.
Okay.
And then the rest of you kind of notice Sakari sort of looking up with a bit of a puzzled look on her face.
If she's looking focused on something, I'll probably cast guidance on her.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So I roll a d4 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 12.
A 12 plus a 1, 13. You think you do recognize a few of the constellations, but they are much further south in the sky.
Okay.
The ones you see above you, you've hardly ever seen before. It's almost as if you are looking up from an angle on this globe that you've never been to, never been close to.
So I'm in the same world. I'm just somewhere.
If you had
crazy.
to guess, you are 3 or 4 times more north than you've ever been.
Okay. Would I know what they say is up there? Would I know it's like ice or?
It's cold. No one lives up here.
Okay.
If you are really up here,
Okay.
if that's,
Yeah.
I mean, and of course it hits you too. It was daylight when you went into the caves.
Yeah.
You were only in there an hour at the most. It definitely shouldn't be in the middle of the night, and yet there's maybe a moon behind the clouds further south. No sun.
And we
Do
don't
I-
feel like a lot of time has passed.
You definitely don't, no.
Would I know if there's any land up where we probably are?
You've never heard stories
Yeah.
of something.
So no, like I've never heard stories of people living there or land. Or...
Right, you've been to the northernmost area of Banya, which is
Okay.
called a land called Far Nor. And
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And Far Nor is the furthest north you've even known people existed.
Okay.
And this is completely different than that.
So I think we're so north we're almost off the map. Because the stars are telling me that.
The stars are talking to you?
Yes, they do.
Oh. Wow.
And they're telling me in their little star language that we are very far north. Like, I don't even know if there's land. I've never heard of. We're probably way past, what is it, far north?
Yeah.
Far north. I've never been here.
Wow, further north than far north.
And when I say you've never been here, you have never had a life in this existence of Hikari that has ever been here.
Okay.
It's not just like in the last few years or something.
It's like she can feel, I have never seen this. The sheer novelty of it almost punches through the amnesia.
Yes. Good.
Yep.
Would like my Goliath lore, would I know anything about this far north?
Yeah, give me a history check.
I rolled a 5.
5. You heard of Goliath's first coming from a cold place. Maybe this was it.
Hey, this is okay, guys, because my ancestors came from here.
Charity's going to poke the dead elf with a toe. I'm beginning to think that he had the right idea with the letter.
Speaking of the letter, I have an idea. I'm going to take the letter and look at it again. Clearly, this elf wanted to deliver this letter full of these strings of curses to Israk Devere, and he was unable to because of the weather. / he was freezing to death and wrote this down because he blamed Israk Devere for his impending demise by freezing. My idea is this. We try to deliver the letter. Israk! Israk, can you hear us? Letter for you. Delivery. I know it's really freezing here, but neither snow, nor rain, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds.
Yeah.
Burbage just invented the postal service.
I've decided that every character of mine will do that. Silver Naran and Waterdeep invented it in his world, and Burbage just invented it in this world.
Jesus.
Is there a response? Any change in the orbs?
You give me a perception check.
Perception.
13.
13.
Ooh. You are quiet. The whooshing of the wind around you, the small sloshing of the waves against the ice, the kind of almost sort of metallic sound that the ice makes when there's a bit of stress on it, kind of a dong 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 almost. And that's it. Nothing else. No change in the spheres, no voice on the wind, nothing.
Well, I'm out of ideas. I'm going to put the letter back in the dead elf's hand and sit back down.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Can I investigate one of the orbs a little more closely?
Please, yeah.
Are they actually projecting light out in this circle?
Slightly, yeah. Just very faint.
So I am going to remain outside the bounds of that for now.
Sure, okay.
And kind of look at this. So you said it's kind of marbled and it's swirling, and this is the red one.
Yeah. You, as you're getting to about there too, there's a bit of what looks to be almost mist sort of floating now in front of the sphere, like about 5 feet in front of you. It's small. It's no bigger than, softball maybe. And it's kind of, even in the wind, it's sort of maintaining a slight bit of substance.
And it's immobile against the wind?
Right. You would think it's kind of almost gaseous, so you would think the wind would just disperse it, but it doesn't.
Do I see something similar on this blue orb?
You do not. You
Do
can,
I
and
see
then
anything-
you can make like a perception check or investigation or something. That was just like automatically something you noticed as you walked up to
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have done, say, for the automatic sake, I walked over to the blue one and then actually maybe down to the yellow one.
Sure.
Sort of do a little circuit like that. Do I only see this mist orb here?
Yes, you do. As you get to the yellow one, and you are kind of walking toward it, you almost can sense on the wind just a tiny bit of that like heat smell, like when the heater sort of kicks on for the first time in the year, like as it sort of burns up some of the dust in the vents. You kind of smell a little bit of that on the wind, and then it that sort of dissipates. But no other discernible difference in the yellow one.
But that seems like it came from the yellow orb.
It happened as you approached it.
But it happened around.
It might have been
there,
a coincidence, but yeah. As you kind of get close to the white one, you notice that the glow of this one brightens just slightly. And as you step away, sort of dims back to its sort of 5-foot radius.
And then I'll check the brown one as well.
And at this one, you kind of feel as you approach, maybe a slight vibration in the ground beneath you. Almost like a tiny tremor or earthquake.
So going back to this one, which has the mist, can I investigate it more? Because again, and now that also that I've seen all 5 of these, do I feel like they're... Before I felt like they all did something similar, but they all had like a slight variation to them.
Yeah.
Can I get a little more insight as to, 1, what I think the thing they all do might be, and 2, what the variations might be?
Sure, yeah. Give me like a perception check.
Ugh.
A 4. It's hard, yeah. You can
I rage against the die.
7.
Like,
You're good. A 7. Yeah, it's you feel that it's a magic that might activate as you get close enough to it, but you're not exactly sure what is going to sort of happen from that activation. And you're not really. You can tell that there's a slight kind of effect that's happening, but you're not exactly sure what those effects are, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm going to come back over and be like, the orbs activate as I get closer to them. They do something, and I'll describe. I didn't feel anything at blue, correct?
As you approach the blue one, I'm sorry, we didn't really do that one, I guess.
Sorry.
As you approach kind of around here, you didn't really get a big effect coming out of that to a certain extent.
Okay.
I feel like that was a lot of qualifying words.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you couldn't really tell a change in the state of the world.
Okay. And I'm going to say that, so, like, I'm going to describe what happened at each of them. So at the yellow one, it seemed like there was the smell of almost something igniting or heat.
Yeah, something
produced.
smells hot. Yeah.
And almost like the smell of hot metal, right? Because you said it's that heater scent.
Yeah.
Not like the scent of a fire.
Right. Definitely not a fire, bonfire. Yeah.
This one glowed brighter. This one, there's a mist, a small orb of mist. The brown one up there seemed to shake or tremor. I don't know. And I know this is a weird question. Charity felt like what he was trying to do to see what might happen was perception.
Yeah, you were really because your Arcana, you sort of get the magic of it. It's now trying to figure out what the orbs themselves are doing, and so you're paying very close sort of attention to them.
So I might, but I would know enough that I could say, Burbage, perhaps you should take a look. I think the secret to whatever these things are doing, or however they might help us or harm us, in all likelihood, is going to be found in carefully observing their effects.
All right. Okay.
I'll be putting guidance on him as needed.
It's okay.
Stormbringer, do you want to put me back up on your shoulders? I don't feel like wading through 2 feet of snow to each of these orbs.
Yeah, I can carry you around and I can help with my looking. My good eyes in the dark.
All right, Charity, where do you want me to start?
Let's start with the yellow one.
All right.
And I'd also warn you to stay like 10 feet away from it, because that's how far I had stayed.
To the yellow orb, Stormbringer. Notice how I did not say yellow. Oh, I'm learning.
I don't get it.
Often I say like Israk Devere ho or land ho.
Real quick, Stormbringer, as you stepped here across the fire from sort of where Burbage was sitting, you feel kind of another big rock in the ground.
Rock or a dead body?
I mean...
Hey, y'all, there might be another dead body here. Maybe we should take a pause and check that out. Maybe we're just standing on a field of dead bodies. Wouldn't that be epic?
That would be great. Bakari, you're on dead body duty. Stormbringer, you and me, yellow orb.
Yeah, you can use my sword again, Hikari.
Okay.
Watch out for zombies. Especially spider zombies.
Okay.
What did you
That's
say?
terrifying.
Spider zombies? Like, idea.
This is a reference to something in chat, because we know what Andy fears.
By the way, I'm sorry, I haven't been watching Twitch. If anyone in Twitch chat does guess the puzzle, maybe don't say it to us. Maybe just kind of hold that little secret to yourself. Anyway, sorry. Not that I think you guys would spoil anything, but just in case.
You can always DM me on Twitter, though, if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Say you can tell us.
You can tell us on Twitter. Make your guesses on Twitter. All right, so Stormbringer, you have Burbage on your shoulder, and you guys are kind of walking up. And then just briefly again, yeah, you kind of get that hot sort of whiff of kind of that heated metal smell almost.
Is it heated metal, or is it like I think of it like ozone when the heater? Is it like a heater coming on, or is it like metal being heated?
Almost. It smells similar, but this is more of the hot smell of like for Stormbringer, a pan heating up and then being brought into a room very suddenly. Yeah.
Okay.
And Burbage smells that too?
Just a faint on the wind. It's really hard because it is pretty...
And Burbage, you have guidance for any perception checks you're making for this?
Yeah, I mean,
should
I go ahead and
on you?
See if I perceive more than just the faint smell?
Yeah, give me a perception check. 14.
With the D4. 16.
16. All right, with 16, Burbage, as you sort of approached, you could tell in sort of the light of the fire and the light of the orb itself, the sort of marbled effect of the orb shifted just a little bit, almost very slowly, like clouds in the sky as you approached it.
The marble, like, appearance of the orb, like...
Yes.
Like clouds kind of shifted in the orb almost?
Almost, yeah. And then as you've stopped here, they don't seem to be moving at all. And it was still even just a very slight effect. You probably would have missed it if you hadn't rolled a 15 or better.
All right, so there's a smell, a very faint smell of heated metal, And there's a slight, ever so slight, visual shift in the orb itself. Almost like clouds moving on a cloudy day. Alright, Stormbringer. White orb. Ahoy. Ah, fuck.
Okay, I gotcha.
Also, as they're doing that,
Yeah.
body?
Yeah, as you're looking at the body, this is a woman who appears to be a magic user. She has beautiful necklaces kind of draped all up and down one of her arms.
Do they look valuable?
They do look a little valuable, yeah.
On one of her arms?
One of her arms is just draped entirely
You mean a
in like
bracelet?
necklaces. Not really like a bracelet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they are big enough to go around your neck, and they hang down, but they're all sort of mashed together. Yeah,
Do
on her arm.
any of them look like anything that could be my necklace?
Oh, you're scrambling through
Yeah.
them. Give me an investigation check as you're doing that. And
Okay.
Charity, yeah. So far, this body just looks kind of like a magic user who uses these as their focus. Hakari, you do not see anything that matches your necklace in
Great.
there. Yeah.
Do they have anything else on them?
This again, like a pack of traveling pack with nothing of much value. And Stormbringer and Burbage, as you approach this one, you see that the orb itself kind of glows slightly, a little bit more as you approach. A 27.
With the extra one to bait.
Oh my gosh.
On the wind, Burbage, you hear almost kind of a ticking sound as you approach, like a tick, 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 tick. And then it stops as you stop. And again, the marbled structure just shifts a tiny bit. You're almost sure now that whatever the effect of this thing is really going to only happen if you get closer to them.
And what was the first thing? The first thing that was there a before the ticking sound? What was it?
Just on the wind. Yeah, it's over the wind, which is really hard for most anyone to hear this. You hear that sort of ticking sound as if there's almost a clockwork mechanism to these,
But was there-
included
but was
with the
there-
magic.
Was there something else before that?
Nope. That was it.
Okay.
Also, just to check on one thing, Andy.
Yeah.
We started this episode where we opened our eyes, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was entirely bright and white light, which is now dimmed to you realize you are now in complete darkness and night.
Yeah, but I just meant it wasn't like we were at a different point on the map or something.
Oh, nope.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so this one I could hear just barely perceptibly a ticking sound.
Like a bomb?
What's a bomb?
It explodes with ticking.
I guess there must be bombs in this world.
Yes, however, Stormbringer knows that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like a bomb or like a clock? Huh.
What's a clock?
Okay, alright. Charity, what did you say you perceived when you approached the other orbs?
The red orb had a ball of mist hovering. The brown orb was tremors. And I couldn't really tell anything from the blue orb, which I might hazard a guess means it's cold.
Alright, maybe we'll take a look at those two, just to double check. Alright. Let's go to the red one, Stormbringer.
Onwards!
Oh, that's good. I should say that. Onwards. Damn it.
Okay. As you get here, again, you can now that you're listening for it, you can hear the slight ticking. You see the marbled kind of effect shifting as you get close to it. You see a little bit of a mist form in front of you.
I hear the ticking here also.
Yes.
But I didn't hear ticking at the yellow one?
No, now that you're listening for it specifically, you can hear it.
Okay. Dare I...
You can also go back, yeah.
Dare I do another perception check here? I mean, I don't know to what extent you're kind of layering in, like, my pre-existing perception rolls.
A little bit, yeah. You could try again for something better or worse.
I mean, if you let me, I will. Ugh.
Yeah.
Trying for something worse.
You're really paying attention to the orb, but then again you hear kind of a
From the orb?
in the distance.
Oh.
And that distracts you for a second.
Yeah, oh my god. We gotta get out of here before we got bellowing water bears.
It's okay, I'll protect you.
Alright.
Okay, so now I'm just picturing actual water bears as D&D creatures. Like the microorganism Atari.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
Oh.
As a D&D creature.
Because that's terrifying.
So the ball of mist that forms when I approach the red orb,
Uh-huh.
where exactly does it form?
Kind of just in front of, like, Stormbringer's face, almost. Like, about that tall.
In front of Stormbringer's face. Closer
Yeah.
to Stormbringer's face than to the orb?
No. It forms in this square about 5 feet from you.
Just like in
It's
the air.
equidistant. Sort of.
Yeah,
between
it's kind of
you and-
between the two. Yeah, the sphere and her.
Alright, let's get this over with. Onwards to the brown one.
Onwards!
Yeah, here it's hard to hear the ticking over now the sort of vibrating tremor of the ground. And even Charity, now that you're back from it, once they kind of activate it, you can still kind of feel it in the snow in the ground beneath you.
And I was just wanted to double check. Burbage is seeing all of the same effects that I had been. Right, like
Yes.
the mist is there. Okay, that's a 30. Jesus. I'll just shut up and let you describe what you find with that.
There is Burbage, the swirling of this one almost has sort of a grinning face to the marbling now, as you've seen it shift a little bit. You can hear the ticking now over the sort of vibrating and tremors in the ground.
So
Yeah.
we can all feel the vibrating and tremors?
You're not really paying attention. You're looking at this. Charity, because he sort of experienced it before,
Okay.
feels it. But you're sort of focused on this woman's necklaces, and you're looking over them again, making sure, doubling.
Can I roll another?
No. That was about as good as you got.
Alright, very interesting. I'm kind of creeped out by what I perceive here, and I'll share it after we look at the blue orb. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Do you get that close there, Burbage?
No,
No,
I go
he's on
as
me.
close as
Gotcha.
Stormbringer lets me.
Okay. Just double checking. All right. Yeah, about 10 feet from this thing. Give me a perception check. You're trying really hard. You with a 28 and a 4, a 32.
Expert perception, everybody.
You absolutely see the shape sort of forming, the slight curve, the smile, the eyes now forming. You can tell it's kind of a face. You can then see the almost elven eared striations on the side of this orb. You would guess that this is an elven face. And as you approach it, you are very aware. You don't sense anything kind of different other than the cold and the wind around you at the moment.
All right. So, to review, everybody, the yellow orb gives off smell of hot metal. The white orb gives off, well, a ticking sound that then I started to pick up pretty much everywhere. Did I hear the ticking sound at the blue one, Andy?
Yes. Yep.
So the ticking sound seems to be pretty omnipresent in terms of this current orb situation. The red orb... So what was unique about the white orb?
It glows
It
slightly.
released light, right?
Yes.
That's what I was asking about. That came before the ticking sound. It was a glow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the glow that Charity experienced too as you approached, would just kind of got a little bit brighter.
Okay, so the yellow orb smells of heated metal. The white orb gives off a glow. The red orb gives off a ball of mist. Brown orb causes tremors. And the blue orb just sort of feels extra cold. And something I wrote that I can no longer read. Additional piece of information.
That is the most important part.
Oh yeah, wait, what was it? Cold?
No, I'm just kidding.
There's-
I don't know.
Just cold. Just
Oh,
cold.
you noticed the elven ears extra. That was the
Right,
main
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I was about
you would
to
guess that this is an elven face.
I was saving
Wait, does
that.
it even give off additional cold, or does it feel like no change at all?
That's closer to what I said. Yeah.
No change at all.
Yeah, you don't really sense anything different in this orb, other than the marbling and the elven
Right.
ears, face, that sort of thing, and the ticking, but nothing
All right.
different, really.
No extra cold, just cold. And also, guys, I'm pretty sure I've been seeing a face in these last two orbs. Probably, if we went back to the others, we might see them there too if we're looking for it. Seems like an elven face. Elven-eared striations. A grinning face to it. Sort of a... Would it be an evil grin? Andy? Did it seem evil?
The last one did. The others just seemed grinning. This one seemed really mischievous. But that also may be because now you're more tuned to these, looking for what these things are.
So, and can I assume that if Burbage did go back around and look for the face in the others, he would see it?
Yes.
But the blue one especially, the grin seems especially malicious.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same in every one of them. You just sort of recognized it first in the blue one.
Oh, so ultimately it looks equally evil in all of them?
Now that you're looking at them, yes.
Okay. All right, so my guess is that that's Israk Devere taunting us and getting amusement out of our situation.
Do you think he can hear us?
If he could hear us, he would have responded to my delivery.
Why would he have responded?
I don't know. I guess I just believe the best about people.
Aww.
Wait, that's not right. I don't do
Not
that.
verbiage.
I was
What are
gonna,
you guys doing to me?
I was like, Charity looks both surprised and actually really proud.
Yeah, no, shake it off, shake it off. I'm slow to trust. Slow to trust. That's the trait that I selected at the beginning of this whole thing.
Okay.
Oh, while they were doing all of this,
Yeah.
could I be going around more and trying to find if there's any more bodies, just in case?
Yeah, give me an investigation check as you're having to dig through kind of the snow.
Okay. Investigation, you say?
Yeah, you see Hikari kind of
How
wandering
about
around.
animal handling, athletics, deception, or persuasion?
I'd rather investigation.
Oh,
Come out, little bodies.
That's the animal handling angle on it.
Yeah,
I was
right.
going with persuasion, but that also works.
Oh, persuasion. Yeah.
I'll roll it for you. Oh, you're good?
I can't hear anyone.
Oh.
It says, look.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
We can hear you.
Darcy's internet on her computer shut off for a second. She's coming right back. I'll roll investigation for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. 15. You do actually find a different body. There's one here that's now just a skeleton.
Okay, I'm back. I
There's
think.
also one here that's a human. So you found a couple there.
Field of body. It's awesome.
That one you said is just
Yeah.
a skeleton?
This one is a skeleton. Yep. And then this one's a human as well.
So, is there anything on the skeleton?
You're looking through. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's some ripped and torn armor.
Okay.
This one has definitely been eaten. You can tell
What do you mean, eaten?
as Charity easily sees like grooves in the bones.
Oh, like literally eaten.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And then what about the other one?
The other one is fairly well preserved as well. The ice that's covering this one is incredibly thick.
Okay.
Almost as if he's been entombed in ice.
Okay.
The snow.
Can I
falling
drag
overhead.
the body back to the fire so I don't freeze?
You can't drive that one back. You could drag the skeleton back
no.
if you wanted.
I just meant, so I can't like investigate the other one. Can I use the sword?
Yeah, you can start to melt it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want. Yeah.
I guess the sword would keep me warm.
Generally, yeah. Okay. So, now what?
Well, it seems like this is some kind of puzzle comparable to the directions that we had to reverse.
And a body farm.
And a body farm, yes. Charity, what do you think? Clarity? Alright, no, really, Charity, what do you think?
Thank you. So, Andy, within that,
Yeah.
with what Burbage has reported, it seems like these are like clockwork that contains magic on some level. Or
Yes. Yeah.
do I feel like with what I'm seeing, these produce magic or receive magic?
Interesting. Give me an Arcana check. And kind of which of the ones?
I'm
Which of the-
an inspiration that, thanks.
Okay. And kind of which of the ones are you looking at mostly?
Inspirationing away a critical fail.
Yeah, that is. It's probably a pretty good inspiration.
I'm probably going to be looking at the blue one because it seems
Okay.
slightly different, at least.
Okay.
that's better.
23.
25.
25. Yeah, so what you're getting from this, you also sense something in the blue one, that you see a little bit of almost a thread, like a tiny minuscule thread of like arcana energy sort of spiraling down from the blue orb into the iron spike itself. And then kind of looking at the blue orb itself, it feels a little to you like it could be either expelling something or taking it in.
If I go to one of the others, do I see that thread?
Yeah, so which one do you go to? Okay.
This one?
The one, yeah, the mist, as the mist kind of forms. You are looking very closely at it. You don't see that. It may be that you can't see. It is still snowing really hard. You're a little bit away from the firelight. It is incredibly cold. However, you don't see that. And you know what you're looking for now, so.
Yeah, but there's a tiny conduit, a tiny thread of energy, magical energy, connecting this blue orb to the spike it's on. And I feel like this orb could either produce magic, produce an effect, or receive an effect. And I don't see that thread on any of the other orbs.
A thread.
So should we give it an effect? Like, I could hit it with my glaive, because I haven't gotten to hit anything yet with my glaive today. Or the fire sword?
No, wait.
I'm sorry, real quick. Hakari, you also find a note on the body
Okay.
in a language you don't understand.
Do I recognize what language it is?
No.
Okay.
So Hikari got through the ice to that body
Yes.
Yes.
and found a note because like Burbage would be like, so there are more bodies. Presumably they were in the same situation as us, and maybe one of them got a bit further and might have a clue as to what the nature of this puzzle is. Anyone find any other notes?
I
No?
found a note.
All right.
I found
okay.
a note. I was laughing at you for saying that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what?
Yeah, let's take a look. Bring it here, Hikari.
Cool. What languages do you speak? Anyone looking at the note?
Common, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant.
I speak Common, Giant, and Dwarvish.
Common and Halfling and Thieves' Cant.
Charity, you recognize the construction of this. It is not, though, anything like infernal. It is probably celestial, but you can't read it.
Ruh-roh.
Hikari, didn't you just recently use a comprehend languages spell to help us out of a situation much like this one?
Yep.
Yes, but I don't have it prepared.
Definitely not. But you could tomorrow.
Damn. All right. So we'll put a pin in that.
Charity's gonna stop. 4 of the 5 orbs, when we went to them, experienced some kind of effect. And there was a ticking sound, and it seemed like it was releasing magic. One of them, we can't feel a change. Not even Burbage could see a change when he approached the orb. And that's the only one that seems to be connected to these iron spikes.
Uh-huh.
The orbs can produce or receive magic. Is it possible that where this place is, or what this place depicts, is controlled by the orbs?
I mean, anything's possible, right?
So because the blue orb is the one that has a thread, a conduit, connected to the spike, that's why we're surrounded by ice. Maybe.
If that orb was to produce cold, which it would make sense with the color, and it would make sense why it didn't produce an effect when we got close to it.
So, like the brown one would produce an earthquake land, and the red one would produce a misty land, and the white one would produce the sun, and the yellow one would produce an oven?
I'm not sure about the sun, but yes, maybe.
I'm really strong. Do you want me to try to move the spikes?
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I don't know.
Wasn't there mist over the lava where we just were an hour ago? Or 2 hours, or however long our short rest was.
Was there?
A bit of steam, yes.
Oh. Interesting.
Mist and steamer. Well, also, to be fair, if it's visible, it's mist or vapor.
Yes. Yeah.
Steam is an invisible gas.
This one felt a little different. It wasn't just rising. It was stationary, but yeah, and that's the only way I can think to describe the difference. Yeah.
What would happen if... I wonder if there's a change in the blue orb when the other orbs are approached. What if I stay here and keep an eye on this one, and the rest of you go and approach the others, one by
Like
one.
approach, like as close as we were before, or closer?
No closer, I think.
Maintain the same distance.
Maintain the same distance, but Charity, you go to the red one. Stormbringer, you go to the brown one. And Akari, you go approach the white one. But stagger it out.
Okay.
Just go one at a time. And I'm going to keep a very close eye on the blue one as you do that. Both seeing if there's a change in the blue one generally. Also, Andy, if Charity would have pointed out the thread, the conduit, would Burbage see that? Or is that purely Arcana based?
You can give me an Arcana check. Or if you're just looking at it, a perception check.
Before this experiment, I guess I would like to do an Arcana check to see if I can see or perceive or understand what Charity saw.
Yeah, you felt very good about your perception on the blue orb already. So this might be something different. A 12.
I'm going to do a D4 because I assume that would be 14.
Yeah. 16.
Oh, yes. 16.
Yeah,
Don't short yourself, man.
Yeah.
You feel in tune. You can kind of sense a little bit of the magical energy almost. Something that is akin to how Hakari and Charity manipulate the wonders of this world. But you cannot tell if there is a thin line of Arcana energy coming from this.
I will take Charity's word on it. And then if you'll let me, I would like to use those rolls, the perception roll from earlier and that Arcana roll, to see if there's a change in the blue orb as each of them approaches one of the other orbs.
Beautiful, yeah. All right, so who's approaching what? All right. He's approaching the red one.
Oh, the red one.
So and I'm going one by one, like I'm looking for a change in the visual, in the sound, and in the nature of this creepy fucking face. All right, I want to see if the face shifts or changes or gets or displays any kind of emotional change while this happens.
Right. Yeah, Akari, as you approach the white one, and Charity the red one, and Stormbringer the yellow one, each in turn, you do not sense any difference, though all of those effects still exist to each of those people that go to them. But Burbage, at the blue orb, you see no change.
And no change in the face?
No change in the face.
All right. I'm gonna look at the face and I'm gonna say to it, "Hey, Israk, do you hear me?" Any response?
You're listening really closely on the wind. Maybe a chuckle?
A chuckle, maybe, and
maybe, or is it maybe just the wind?
Or the face, but the face doesn't change, doesn't show like it might have heard me?
Yeah, actually, give me a perception check.
Nice.
Yay!
God damn it.
That's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20. A 29. Do you want to add a D4 to that?
I mean, sure, but a nat 20, come on.
No, I mean, this is
I'm doing really good with these D4s.
It's a skill check. Yeah, it definitely matters. 33. You do hear a chuckle on the wind, something kind of laughing, but it's not at all coming from the orb. It's not even coming from really near you, but somewhere to the northwest. It's definitely coming from this direction. And it distracts you from the orb for just a second as you kind of almost can place, a direction, and not extremely far because you can definitely hear it, but yeah.
All right. Burbage will say very loudly, "Well, I guess that does it for us. Our experiment and our attempt at trying to solve this puzzle has failed. Family, let's gather and sit by the fire and await our inevitable, imminent demise." And as we're gathering, "Hey, guys. I heard a chuckle on the wind coming from the northwest."
In your
I
mind,
said
Shreddy's
all
going to
that
go,
s-
you know you can talk to us in our minds.
Yeah, that it's not as fun. It's not, but yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to switch to that right now. It's my switching sound. And I'll talk with my sigil from now on. I made up all that stuff about wanting to give up and die. I say maybe we should try to walk northwest and find that chuckle.
As you say that, you actually notice something weird. Hikari's looking at you like you're about to speak, and then you just don't say anything.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's not
She-
Hikari, you guys.
She doesn't seem to be able to hear you, Burbage.
Oh, so I try to communicate with her with what I know Charity gave her, the sigil.
Yeah.
And I can tell that she doesn't hear me.
Yes. Or that's what you're getting. She looks really confused right now. And she's starting to look at all of you, and now, Hikari, you're freaking out because they're all looking at you like you should know something that you don't. And you do kind of now remember, Hikari? Oh, yeah, the family
I have it with
sigil.
me.
You do have it with you.
So I put it on?
Okay. You
Oh,
now
no.
put it on. She just wasn't wearing it.
I don't fucking believe you.
She was going to see very faintly around Charity's head a pair of halos forming.
I had my hand on Bright Fang, and I was saying,
Yeah.
Kari, you can have 3 chances. Chance number 1, no response. Chance number 2, no response. And then as she puts on the sigil, I'm going to say, chance number 3, and I'm about to pull out Bright Fang and kill her.
Okay. She puts it on. This feels a little odd. She's been wearing it like the whole boat trip basically here.
No.
Most
But
of
she
the boat.
took it off.
Took it off at one point.
You definitely have taken it off, sure, because you didn't hear anyone and you now realize what's going on. You put it back
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
And now she heard me say, chance number 3.
Yeah. And then she's like, she answers back.
I'm here.
It feels so much like Discord. Like technical difficulties. Oh, God. Why did you take off your sigil, Hikari?
I just forgot it.
Very strange. Listen. Okay.
There it is. Sweet.
Insight rolls.
It's an insight
14.
roll. Charity, yeah. 14. Charity, you think she's being a bit deceptive. She didn't forget to wear it.
Okie doke.
But that's kind of all you get.
Is Hikari who we're gonna fight?
You don't sense any maliciousness from this person. By the way, tonight's episode is called Dangerous Reunion.
So I rolled an 18 insight. This coupled with my knowledge of Hikari and the sense that I got from her as, Charity slapped me and talked sense into me back in the caves, and I looked past him and Stormbringer and saw Hikari just be totally relaxed about it.
Yeah.
What do I glean from this moment?
With an 18, you feel...
And maybe a D4.
I used
mean,
it.
'cause-
I had it on
Yeah,
me.
Charity had it on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, 18.
It's 18.
Yeah. Burbage, with an 18, you get that this feels actually a little familiar to, early on Hikari, when she just sort of joined you guys and was very wary and seemed very aloof. And Charity's death had changed basically all of that. This feels a bit like a reversion to those early days. However, with an 18, you mostly chalk that up to, well, she's certainly been drinking again.
Yeah.
Very heavily.
And so here's the thing. I'm curious about... So Burbage... I guess I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but Burbage was communicating to each of them one by one about the chuckle, right?
Yeah.
Would Charity and Stormbringer have had a reason to have tried to message Cantrip to Hikari? Like, is there any degree to which Burbage has more knowledge of the creepiness that just went down than Charity and Stormbringer do? Because he's the one who was messaging in. Charity, they might have seen that Burbage was confused looking at Hikari.
Charity pretty standardly, though, one of the ways, like, because we've done this before when we're passing information, Charity pretty standardly receives the message cantrip and then passes it to one of the other family members so that we can communicate more quickly.
Yeah, so he was probably doing that even with Stormbringer, as you were doing that maybe with Hikari. And once Charity realized the necklace thing, he became very latched on to this situation.
Okay,
so you probably just kind of know just what I said with the insight. Charity honestly, like this fills me with a lot of anxiety as a human. Charity, you might wonder if she just doesn't like the gift a lot. That might be one of the first things. I know, that's so sad.
That's the most tragic thing that's happened in the campaign, and the most triggering for me, because I have some really bad experiences with gift giving.
I'm sorry. That might be one of the things you think of. I'll let you decide, of course, but...
Well, Burbage's... yeah, it's hard. It's weird. It's hard, because... Burbage thinks he would narrow his eyes at Hikari and ultimately be like, okay, that was just a matter of she wasn't wearing the sigil.
Yeah, kind of long story short, you do feel she's probably troubled. You're not exactly sure by what, and drinking is certainly exacerbating the issue, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how Charity and Stormbringer will react to this.
I'm not sure Stormbringer would really know what was going on, except that people were upset and suspicious all of a sudden.
Sure, yeah.
Alcohol. The solution and creation to all life's problems.
Homer Curry.
Homer Curry.
No.
Sorry, go away.
No, yeah. None of them would see that.
Oh, okay. No. Interesting. Secrets.
So now we need to kill Galway too. Charity, obviously, not Galway.
No. It's just funny because Andy, you went with maybe she didn't like the gift, but the problem is there's something that stood out that I kind of had to obviate a long time ago when she came back in that actually is more solid.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah.
Just where Charity would go.
100% then. However you define that. My own anxiousness went to like the most horrible social situation I could think of. But
it includes that, but it's a different thing for Charity.
Cool. All right.
Well, anyway, guys, like I was saying, I heard a chuckle to the northwest. I think we should check it out. If, that is, we're actually able to move outside of the circle formed by these orbs, which, I should note, we haven't tried.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because Charity can just bring the bonfire, right? So we can stay warm and see things.
Yeah.
Charity is actually going to quickly hork a pebble, like, in the gap between the red and white ones.
Or the red and brown one?
No, the red and white. He's throwing it the other way. He looks like he's just trying to, like, throw a pebble into, like, the water.
Oh,
okay. You
or maybe
off the edge.
I'm sorry, there's sort of more of an ice shelf there. Maybe it's between the white and the yellow.
Okay, yeah, between the white and the yellow, You hork it off the edge, and it's really hard to hear over the wind and the sort of sloshing of the waves, but you hear kind of a light sploosh on the other end.
Just a light sploosh.
A light sploosh.
That's going to be my next OkCupid username.
Can we not?
I had to make sure that Adam had that sufficiently teed up.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. Let's do it. Quartermaster, let's quarter up. I'm the quartermaster. Let's quarter up and master
Okay.
our circumstances.
Yeah.
Hey, can I be the captain now since we don't have the captain anymore?
I think Charity's the captain, Stormbringer.
Oh. Okay.
You could be head of security?
Okay. I think I'd be good at that.
Cool. All right, let's walk together in a choreographed fashion.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Bringing the bonfire with you, Charity?
Well, we need to,
I'll
because
certainly
otherwise
move it closer.
we're gonna
Yeah.
freeze. if
Okay, yeah,
not.
I can
I'll
trail.
take point.
I'm taking point.
Oh yeah, head of security, take point. Good.
Jesus Christ.
All right. I'm watching where everyone steps. So far, no
God damn it.
no odd rocks.
And Burbage is trying to hear for the source of that chuckle and see if he can
Yeah.
see anything notable. On
Okay,
the
as you
ice.
go here, a couple things happen. Stormbringer, you also hear a bit of chuckling, and it seems to be coming from just below on the ice shelf, about 10 feet down. You think you also see a tiny glint of like a kind of orangish warm light bouncing off some of the waves, a little bit off the ice that's floating right next to it. Burbage, you notice, probably as Hikari does too, when Stormbringer steps here and then lifts her foot, there's a slight brilliant blue glow from sort of this snow footprint that she made.
Luminescent, kind of?
Like it's like a blue luminescence.
Huh.
Yeah.
In the footprint?
In the footprint in the snow. Yeah.
Interesting. Can I investigate it? Or does anyone else have better investigation than me?
You might have. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't have proficiency in
I don't
investigation.
either.
I
Okay.
almost certainly have the best investigation in the party, but I don't know that I've noticed it.
Yeah.
Probably as you would get closer.
Though
sure,
I probably
then-
would, if no one else is changing their behavior, I would probably
Yeah.
then step into that gap.
No problem. Yeah. So as Stormbringer kind of stops, you would probably kind of move up. You notice what Burbage and Hikari notice too. If you kind of want to make an investigation, that's fine.
Oh.
That's another crit
I
miss.
don't have any inspiration. Does anybody else have inspiration that they could give Charity?
I do not.
Nope.
Nope, Hikari doesn't.
But, I mean, normally, right, Andy, you let two people do checks. And if Burbage was the first one to see this,
Yeah.
he might have
This
joined winning Charity. But I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, as an investigation, you just notice Charity is having a hard time with the cold. He kind of gets down into the snow a little bit to try to clear it away, and then just kind of reaches his hands up. He can't even make a fist anymore. Almost, it's just so cold. So with that fumble, he's just like physically kind of unable to do the investigation.
Yeah.
So if you, kind of want to start clearing some snow away, give me an investigation roll.
Here, let me try, Charity. Why don't you warm up by the bonfire? You've been letting us hog it this whole time. You need to take care of yourself first.
Tiefling tickle.
I probably would have passed guidance on to him if he said, I will take
Sure.
this.
No problem. Yeah,
That's 12 investigation.
very good. It is not hard. You realize what this pretty much is quickly. You clear away a decent amount of snow to reveal this luminescence underneath that is writing in common glowing script. that just reads, "You don't know me that well, do you? Let's test your riddles against mine. Sorry about your luck."
Oh, great.
And Stormbringer probably relays to you that she also hears a bit of giggling.
There's
Or not giggling, it's pretty hearty laughter.
there's some happy laughing too, you guys. I don't know, this is weird. I think we should just go back to that place we were in and hang out there. That'd be nice. There's bodies for us to eat.
Stormbringer, you were leading this. Did you see anything else?
I heard laughing, but don't do anything stupid when I say this, because remember, I'm head of security. But there seems like I maybe saw a figure. Wait, let me look at my notes. No, not a figure. I just saw about 10 feet down on that ice shelf there a tiny glint of orange light bouncing off the waves, and there was a chuckle just below us on the ice shelf. But that seems like a trick or a trap or something.
You don't know me that well, do you? Let's test your riddles against mine. Sorry about your luck. Is this a message from Israk Devere to us? Is he watching us? Did he just somehow put this writing here?
Or it's always been here and it's a message for everybody who comes here.
Yeah. Or is somebody else wrote it to Israk? Let's test your riddles against mine. That means that there are other riddles, or could be other riddles, in addition to Israk's. Alright. Israk! What's black and white and red all over?
A fucking penguin who got bloodied by a polar bear.
I was gonna say like a bruised body, but that was a good
Stormbringer,
guess.
somebody said that. We should be investigating.
Oh, sorry. Where did the voice come from?
It came from kind of where you heard the laughter, just on the sort of ice shelf.
This seems like the ice shelf, right? You guys, the ice shelf is talking to us.
Yes.
I mean, you can't really see it that well unless you get closer, sort of look over the edge.
That sounds like something that DM wants me to do.
Yeah, it does.
You do you.
That's a pretty good answer to the riddle, but not the one I was looking for.
I'm gonna go.
You want to go?
I'm gonna go look over the edge.
All right,
Fucking
Hikari.
Hikari, I'm head of security. Get back here.
Get back here.
Hikari, you see a tent down below.
Okay.
A firelight within the tent.
Okay.
And a hooded figure that just steps out of it.
Do they see me? Because I'm trying to be like, I'm not just like, you know.
They're definitely looking up this way. You are backlit pretty well by a bonfire.
The bonfire's far away.
So it does appear that they see you.
Couldn't I be like, crawl up to, oh no, I'm a tiefling. I can't be in this now. I'm gonna run back and be like, guys, there's someone down there. And I think they might have seen me.
I mean, they heard us first. He clearly responded to my riddle. Who's there? Are you friend or foe?
That depends. Who's over there?
Friends?
We're friends. We're the family. And we're friends.
Fuck me. And you see the figure kind of scrambling up the kind of 10-foot ice.
I take out my sword and shield.
Sheath. He's seemingly has already cut some footholds into the ice, so he climbs it up pretty easily. And he is kind of walking toward you.
I'll fucking die if it's Meatus.
The figure kind of looks from underneath his hood at all of you, removes the hood, and you see the bright shining face of Arben.
Wow, we haven't seen him in like like 2 years in real life time. We haven't been playing for 2
Yeah.
years. But like
all the way
we
back
haven't seen
with
him since
Federo.
Federo. The only reason I remember is because Burbage thought he was cute. Otherwise, I don't even know who he was.
Exactly. Yeah.
I knew it, that fucking family. Charity? Little guy? Burbage, I believe? Can't remember the big one. Storm Shaker?
Wow, that's kind of rude. I'm very memorable.
It's me, Arbin.
Yeah, what the
Especially because he was hitting on her.
Yeah, he's the one. He insisted on calling her Vivi.
Listen,
Yeah.
I hit on lots of people.
What the fuck you doing here, man?
Oh, what are you doing here?
You first.
And it's sort of a knowing, like something in his brain sort of clicks. And he goes, "Oh, I think we're here for the same reason. In fact, there's probably only fucking one reason anyone would come here."
We just thought we needed some snowy solitude. Why did you come here?
I don't believe you. I think we can just cut the pretense here and... I mean, we're here for Israk Devere. Yeah?
No, I've never heard that name before in my life.
Okay, that's a lie.
You're not even gonna have me make a deception check.
Listen, I've been here for a little bit. There's only one way onto this fucking piece of ice, and that's to touch the bag in the cave. You didn't
I
just
don't know what bag you're talking
swim
about.
here. That's ridiculous.
All right. Okay.
We boated?
Okay. Let's cut the pretense for sure.
He shouts back down at the tent. Oi, there's some people up here. You have to meet. Friends of mine.
Oh god, there's more of them.
And he looks back real quick. We are friends, yeah? You're not going to kill me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
No, we might have some questions. We might have a lot of questions, actually. But
yes,
not kill.
as
No, not kill.
As do I.
Good.
And my friend as well.
So,
Do you want to participate in some light bondage?
That's... I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Cool,
Just
cool. We can do
maybe
that in a
we-
little bit.
Okay.
That's not a hard no.
Guys,
this-
can I just say I just have one question before we proceed, and it's
Yeah.
this: for you, Arbin, and for
Okay.
you guys. Guys, where are we? And that is a reference to Lost, as well as my imposed. Just can we take a break, like a pee break?
yeah.
And also, like, this seems like maybe
Yeah.
a good time to break a podcast episode.
Really good time, really good time.
Though I do also feel like Charity is going to sort of lean down to Burbage. Good news. We might be making progress on your side quest with the family.
Nice. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a break, get something to drink, stretch, go to the bathroom. Yeah, we'll be right back. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging with us. What riddles these are. Dangerous reunions.
We'll be back in just a minute, everybody.
Burbage is getting laid. It's light bondage.
Right. Well done, Adam.
Yeah, well done.
You found Arbin.
I'm trying to refresh Monty and Tibi Taboo's memory in Twitch chat of who Arbin is. I wrote Arbin, I think, was first in either episode 3 or 4, and then again at the end of episode 8, Dibs Isn't a Thing. He and Charity helped the man who was maimed in the streets of Federo,
Yeah.
and he said to us, we have something like, we have to have words at some point, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And we also know he has something to do with a stranger, right?
Yes, he was also of one of the voices that you heard when you went down into the chest.
Right. It might make sense to on stream and for the podcast review some of this. Just let us remind us of
like what we remember.
remind us of what we know, and it'll help them too.
Sweet. Awesome. I think, Penguin, we're ready to go back whenever you are. Yeah. Darcy's here. Adam and Leanne.
It's the final countdown.
He is counting down 3, 2.
Go.
Supposed to yell it back louder.
Oh my god. We definitely got the go. Here we are. Hi, everybody.
We're on. That's right. I'm the DM.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, go away. I was like, yeah, I'm always the DM. He'll bring us.
2, 1, and then like everyone just sat here, and I'm like,
Jesus, I'm sorry. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to our adventurers in the middle of an iceberg, in the middle of nowhere, finding a face from their past. And real quick, why doesn't everyone kind of share what you remember about Arbin? Hakari, you've never met this person. You don't really know who this is, but Stormbringer, Burbage, and Charity all have a tie to them. So first of all, tell me what you guys remember, and I'll add anything if I need to.
So what I've got in my notes is that we first met him in really early episodes in Federo. The guards were burning a guy's hands off, I think, for stealing bread or something. I don't know, some cliche like that. Sorry, that wasn't a slur for story, Hallie. That wasn't. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
Anyways, and he helped us keep the mother and daughter from getting involved and getting hurt too. And then he wanted to talk to us afterwards. He was involved with Meepus somehow. He was with Meepus in some way. And then later on in a tavern, and I don't know where, we heard dwarves talking about him, and Burbage got really excited because he thinks Arbin was hot, and he remembered that.
Yeah, it was before the fight with Second Charity.
Yeah.
Charity 2.0, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was the tavern where we thought potentially time looping, but we were memory looping due to Roburn.
And then when we were down in that chest with all the people that were glowing lights, getting information about Roburn, Arbin was one of the glowing lights, and he talked about a shipment he had for the stranger, so he's involved with the stranger, at least in a business way. And that's fucking about it, right? That's, I think, all I have for him. It seemed like everybody kind of knew him. Oh, and it seemed like he was kind of anti-Federo establishment, which we are kind of too. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, he was definitely not a fan of Yizik.
Yeah, he wasn't, and that's where.
And we're not a fan of Yizik either.
Charity got a particularly good feeling from him, and because I remember this because this was sort of Charity's deepest interaction with him was that scene in the square with that sort of brutal punishment, where he was acting in such a way as to prevent a riot from breaking out, preventing more people from being hurt, giving medical care to the man, and being like, no, nothing good comes from any further action here.
And the other thing, correct me if I'm right on this, the other thing that makes us think he's kind of maybe a good guy is I think he was passing me updates from by way of Siegwishler about my owlbear babies, by way of Arbin, by way of Meepus. I think I got a letter about my owlbear babies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So he helped update me about the owlbear babies.
Yeah, that's pretty much Arbin. That's what you know. Yeah. I don't think there was anything left. I think.
I mean, the very first time.
Note taking again. Really
that was great note taking. The very first time we met him, he hit on you and called you Viffy, even though you didn't.
Yeah. And he didn't look strong enough to be interesting.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Okay. But we know that he has to do with the stranger, and Burbage, although he is still attracted to Arbin, also has he has a bone to pick with the stranger.
Right. So
he ruined the last 20 years of his life.
Yeah, like we've had good vibes for Arbin, but we don't like the stranger, but we also don't like Yizik.
And we also don't. It also didn't necessarily sound like Arbin necessarily worked for the stranger. The only other thing that I was going to say that was in context was that group that met down in the dark was at least partially connected to Roburn in some ways.
The Pale Spiders, right?
Yeah, and also had the the moron elf that Hikari like neutered.
Galore.
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 That was
yes.
awesome. Natural 20, hitting him in the crotch with the butt of my sword.
He told us that like his father was prominent in that group and that his father was a major noble in Federo.
Okay.
Was that correct, Andy?
Yes, very good.
So the thing that I was trying to get across is it was really hard for us to tell what affiliations, if any, Arbin actually had, or which ones he might have been pretending to, or which ones he was serving as a go-between with.
Yeah.
But the feeling we got from him personally was that he had some amount of caring for like the common folk and like the people in the Sandkeeper's Quarter of Federo, which endeared charity to him, especially at the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the way that he said, like, we need to talk made it seem like we were maybe on the same side. So I just said something about the pale spiders, but you were saying Roburn. We know Roburn is a Riddle Machina.
Yes.
What again is the connection between pale spiders and Riddle Machina? Are those the same thing?
Yeah, you don't think you know exactly. You don't have a lot that would suggest they're the same, since Riddle Machina seem to be kind of a race of a racial organization almost.
Okay.
And pale spiders, were what were considered a terrorist organization in Federo.
Right. So
Ponway had something to do with them at one point.
Yeah, and the brief history mentioned that Ponway was involved.
Yes.
And the Riddle Machina wanted to kill Corrin and the parents of Vimeris. They were the ones who put out the bounty on that.
Yeah.
And I think the implication has been that the Pale Spiders wanted at least Vimeris to succeed, so probably also his parents before that to fulfill some prophecy.
But there's also, so just as a note for the passage that we had in Brief History of Federo Volume 2, this was in the notes that he'd left. I believe the Pale Spiders, under the direction of Ponway, did only one good thing in their entire defense of the people of Federo. They raided a growing criminal organization and debilitated their stores and killed many members, stealing any magical items they were gathering for an attack on Federo's people. So that book at least seems to suggest that while the Pale Spiders might not have been competent or even great in their methodology, that they were attempting to defend the people of Federo.
Yeah.
And we know that Vimeris was obsessed with them partially because of his vision, in which he saw a tower across what he thought was sand and we later discovered was snow and frost with the flag of the Pale Spider.
Yeah.
As you're thinking that in your brain, you sort of look around. There's a connection to a Pale Spider right in front of you, covered in snow. Your brain sort of jitters for a second. Anywho,
So
that's Arbin.
So are they all just kind of like talking and catching up?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Everyone
know.
is literally just catching up, like Stream and each other. Arbin has just walked up to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got
called
confused.
back to another hooded figure, really heavy cloak, who's also climbed up to your
Again,
level.
I swear to God, if it's Meepus.
This one's much taller than Meepus, yeah.
Good.
It's two Meepuses.
It's two Meepuses. It's
Stacked! Oh, so who's with you, Arbin? Buddy Arbin?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a friend of mine, Felix. Felix, you want to say hi? I know these people, and Felix kind of walks forward just a little bit, sort of gets a decent look at everyone, and then shakes his head and steps backward.
Okay, nice.
Oh, that was kind of weird. Is he shy usually?
Sorry, yeah, he's a bit shy. I'm sorry. Yeah, this must be incredibly weird. Sorry. Let me talk to him for a second, and then he kind of goes and whispers a few things to Felix, and
Okay.
then after a few kind of coaxing on, he kind of, brings this figure sort of over. And the figure uncloaks themselves, and it's just kind of a normal looking dude. He's got kind of chopped black hair. Burbage that secrets. And he just kind of looks at all of you and sort of kind of looks at you, Burbage, and just kind of gives like a smile and just a bit of a wink and goes, I'm Felix. How are all of you?
Oh, shit.
What?
Sorry about this. We're not used to visitors. And we were just sharing some stories of old times. These are some of the people from Federo. Good people. Decent folk. I think we all have a lot to talk about. Let's see who we head down to our tent, huh? You didn't touch any of those big round things, did you?
No, we just did a lot of looking at them. A whole lot of looking.
Did a lot of looking, huh? Okay.
What's wrong with touching them?
Hard to explain.
Could you try?
We haven't figured it out quite yet, but a bit of
Can't
shelter.
figure out what's wrong with touching them?
Yeah, a bit of shelter might not be bad.
Andy, I sent you a whisper.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Burbage is going to... He's not going to keep this to himself.
Okay. I didn't know. I just wanted to make it a secret.
Also, just as a note, while Adam processes how he wants to relate this to us, I don't know if anyone else has this, but you just literally had a character who was like really, really reticent to come forward and needed to be coaxed, called Felix. And I'm now just in the Bob's Burgers episode where it's Mr. Fishoder's brother.
Yeah.
It's Felix song.
Oh my gosh,
Sorry.
that's
You did that,
so
I'm
true.
just like,
yeah, I'm sorry. It must have been deep in my
What?
unconscious.
Is Arbin drumming on the ice?
Yeah.
I'm about to play bongos. Thank you.
Oh god, that's funny.
So what are Arbin and Felix doing right now?
They're crawling back down to the tent, and they're inviting you all
Trying
down
to lure us.
Okay.
Well, that's another way to put it, I guess. Yeah.
But they're not waiting for us. They're not like saying, "Come with us," and showing us the way. Like they're heading down. They're away from us now.
A little bit, yeah. Felix is kind of waiting for you at the top. Arbin's just climbed down.
All right. Burbage will.
Remember that we have the sigils.
Yeah, we have the sigils, but Burbage is going to. Ah!
Why are you screaming?
Guys! And he's pointing at Felix. He's pointing at it. Guys, remember when I said on the ship
Oi. Why don't we everyone just calm down now?
Hey,
And as he comes forward and goes, oi, there is now fire burning around Charity.
Okay.
I am head of security and I will fuck you up. What's wrong,
guys,
Burbage?
everything's fine. Calm down, all of you. I'm shouting because I promised you that if I ever saw the ghost of Eldon again, I would just scream, no matter what.
Okay.
This isn't the ghost of Eldon, but it
Okay.
is a similar ghost from my past.
Okay.
And also, Felix, if that is your real name, which I think it's not, but we'll get to that eventually. You're triggering a central moment in the development of my relationships with these people that I count as my family, and that development has very much to do with the tension between wanting to keep secrets and wanting to be open. And so I repeat.
Okay. Trudy, I don't know what's going on.
So are we taking him as a rare or more of a well done?
I wouldn't do either of those things. And you see a hand crossbow come out from his cloak, but he's keeping it kind of off to the side. He's not aiming it at any of you. And Stormbringer, you now realize, looking back, he's aiming directly at one of the spheres.
Hey, I don't know why you're pointing that at a sphere, but let's all just calm the fuck down, breathe, stop screaming, talk this out like adults, not
All
shoot
right.
anything. What's going on,
Agreed.
you guys? Let's have a chat.
Okay.
Let's have a nice chat.
All right.
Let's have
chat.
Exactly.
Yes,
Stormbringer's
good
right.
chat.
Let's... Yeah, good chat for
Okay.
everyone.
Okay,
Did I
fine.
tell you my name?
I remembered it.
No, but did I
Right.
tell you? Did I ever give you my name?
Oh, I know the family, don't worry.
Stormbringer, he knows your name. He knows all of our names because this is Foley. He's the man who first, before our meeting with Ponway, approached me and asked me to give him information for a small price after the meeting. And then he was behind ransacking all of our apartments in Federo and blackmailing us and framing us. Not really so much blackmail. Maybe he blackmailed me. I don't know. It all gets jumbled up. But he's the one behind all of that. Charity, he's the one who wrote that letter to me that I showed you in my apartment after we escaped the guards of Federo.
I remember.
Also, just as a brief aside, according to Lena's notes, this is not being said by Stormbringer out loud at all. According to Lena's
Gotcha.
notes, Foley worked for Yizek. I think that was implied by some of the notes we got.
Yep.
Yeah, we would know that, but Burbage isn't going to say that. He'll say, so he's revealed all this. His finger has remained pointed at Foley, and then he's going to look over his shoulder at the three of you, and he's going to be like, also, Arbin's not here anymore, but let's remember that he has to do with the stranger, and the stranger was behind the central moment that destroyed the last 20 years of my life. So this is an intense moment, and let's just, figure it out. Foley, what do you have to say for yourself?
Arbin's definitely come back at this point and is also trying to be like, all right, let's calm down, everyone.
Does now seem like a good time for some light bondage, you guys? Maybe just calm people down a bit. You want to get freaky? I've got some ropes.
That's really weird in this situation.
Is Stormbringer Burbage now?
Fucking trying to tie people up and ask them questions.
Yeah, totally.
Felix, you want to explain why they called you Foley?
Uh-oh.
And he says, not especially.
Well, could you? I know sometimes people don't want to do things, but it's things that they need to do. I've had to do a lot of stuff like that in my life. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, do you think you could? You tried to kill me in an alley outside of a halfling bakery. Do you remember that? Do you remember when I fell into a barrel and I kept on trying to take money from you? And I think I pulled it off, which was pretty cool. And then I ran through a bakery and tossed flour everywhere to get away from you. Do you remember that?
I
This
seem to
was
remember
the
that,
pickle
yeah.
Chirdy's gonna stop.
This was the pickle in today, yeah.
Is that why you smelled like pickles for days?
Because I fell into a pickle barrel, I know. That's the one thing that I've kept secret from you this entire campaign. It was the source of the pickle smell, because it's embarrassing. I crit fumbled my acrobatics check. I've gotten a lot better since then.
Charity's gonna stop and blink. You're doing that thing again where you get excited and start talking in terms that I don't understand. But we'll come back to that.
All right.
I gotta be honest with the other of you. I don't see a way out of this. And if I don't see a way out of this, I'm very specifically gonna take all of you down with me. So how about
Hey, no!
you make me see a way where I get out? Huh?
We're not angry at you. We just want to know what's going on. We're just confused. I'm not angry. Do I look angry? I'm not upset. We're not gonna make things bad. There's no need to get bad here. We're good, right? Yeah.
Your friend's on fire.
What?
Why is he on fire?
Oh, because it's really cold. Have you seen the snow? It's freezing out here. Like, he doesn't do well with cold.
I'm just kind of watching, and
Yeah.
I got my sword and shield out as soon as I saw, like, the first figure, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just kind of standing there.
Okay.
I guess.
Arben's like putting kind of a hand on his shoulder. Don't you think you could lower that, or at least aim it fucking anywhere else?
Which orb was he aiming it at?
This one right here.
The
The brown one.
Interesting.
So how about it? How do I get out of here?
What does he mean, get out of here?
We don't know yet because we haven't solved this riddle from the ground told us to solve a riddle. So we don't know how to get out of here yet, but we will totally take you with us when we figure that out.
Like, are they stranded there? Because they have a tent and everything, and they said...
I mean, do you ask them that, or?
I guess. Are you
Burbage
guys...
would be asking him, but he's just
Yeah.
he's pointing at Foley, and his arm is kind of vibrating, and he's speechless.
Yeah.
Are you two stranded here? Because I thought you said... I mean, it sounded like you came here, you know, like us. Like you have a tent.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should have a tent. You don't carry a tent with you?
I guess I do, don't I?
You don't.
I don't? I thought it was on my list.
I don't think so. Maybe it is.
But like...
No, yeah, we came here same as you, and we're stuck here just like you. I assume, unless you figured out the riddle.
I do have a tent.
Oh, fuck. Then you're good. People have tents.
We can just hang out here and eat bears. It'll be great. But also, we'll figure out how to solve the riddle because we're very smart, collectively.
Okay.
Can I...
We'll get us all out of here.
Yeah, Felix, is that okay with you if everyone here just solves the riddle and...
Then we all get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, just... How about you do it in the next hour? And if you don't, it's gonna get real bad.
I mean, how long have you been here, Felix?
Arben answers for him and he says, we've been here a week.
So, if you've been here a week and haven't solved the riddle, is it like a realistic deadline, or are we setting unrealistic deadlines? Maybe we need to be a little more realistic with our desires in setting goals if we really want to get out of here. I'm just saying.
And so we don't set ourselves up for disappointment.
Listen,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be aiming at this sphere for the next hour.
Then your arm is going to get really tired.
Yeah, but at least I'll know. So you got an hour to figure it out. Otherwise, it's gonna get rough.
Arben, I swear to Rin, if he's not going to explain the two of you, you might consider doing it yourself.
I'm sort of getting that sense. Okay, listen, someone very powerful sent me to find Israk Devere. I met Felix in the docks about a month ago. Seemed like a fine chap. Just, now I'm learning some new stuff about him, and this is not great. I'm now wondering, Felix, why you wanted to come with me on this. Well, I think it's obvious, don't you? No, not obvious at all. Well, you have an hour to figure it out. Fuck.
Someone powerful sent you to find Israk Devere. Would that someone powerful be the stranger, by any chance?
Yes. Burbage it is, the stranger.
Great. Then I'll say to you what you once said to us in Federo. Eventually, you and I are going to have to talk. And I'm going to put my finger down. I'm going to go and lean against Stormbringer menacingly against her leg.
Like you're like leaning against a light pole menacingly.
Yeah, exactly. Against her leg.
Love it. Charity, are you still on fire?
It's now down to just the halo that floats over my head. The shoulder halo has disappeared.
Yeah.
So I messaged Cantrip. I can do that, right? With the thing. Everyone, or however it works, and say, okay, so I sort of forgot about this, but if stuff goes south and we need to get out of here, I have that spell that'll take us back to Cliffmill.
Yeah, up to 6 people.
Yeah, up to 6 people. And if stuff goes south and I'm going to do it, I'm going to yell, you have to get within 5 feet of me, so I'm going to yell, pineapples, if stuff goes south. And then you have to run towards me as fast as you can. That's the code word. Pineapples! That's what it is.
I don't even know. I mean, amidst the confusion, granted, the Burbage-driven confusion over the nature of the spells you were casting in and on Cliffmill.
Yeah.
Amidst all of that, I don't even know, like, did we all know that you had a spell that could teleport us back to Cliffmill from anywhere?
Yes.
Charity probably did, at least.
Or at least, yeah.
That's wild. Okay, and it's coming up now as like a last ditch, like now that it's becoming clear that like the puzzle might be impossible to solve.
I was wondering if either Darcy were going to remember that or if Andy was going to say something, because I'm like, I don't want to talk about other people's spells, but I remember us talking about this one.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything at first when... Okay, this is Darcy talking. I didn't want to say anything at first when we were like, "Oh, how are we going to get out? What are we going to get out of here?" Because
it's an extreme. Yeah,
it's an extreme thing, and also I was like, "Well, maybe it'd be cool if all of a sudden I run up to everyone in the midst of a fight and teleport us back and don't say anything."
Totally.
But
That's
now it's been ruined. Thanks, Andy.
It's
it's good to know. Yeah,
it's a great setup with the pineapples code words. So now we all know.
I was going to say, back in your mind from Charity here. Stormbringer eats those like hand fruit.
They're delicious.
And sexy. Yeah, I remember. The most erotic.
The most erotic of fruit, yes.
Yeah, there was a season 1 episode. What was it called? Paranoia and Pineapples, episode 15. Which could be the title of this episode. Paranoia and Pineapples.
Part 2.
Part 2.
All right,
folks. Well, what are we doing? Foley's got a hand crossbow trained on the sphere, and Arbin seems pretty flummoxed by all this.
So, Arbin, it seems to me that it would be worth knowing, why is he threatening apparently everyone, since he said if he doesn't see a way out for him, he'll make it bad, which implies it'll be bad for him too, by pointing a hand crossbow at an orb.
Did one of you mention something about a connection to Yizik? With this one?
I mean, Lena did. Stormbringer didn't.
Oh, did Burbage not?
If that is common knowledge like amongst all of us, it was in something that we read or something.
Yeah.
Then we can either retroactively say that it was part of his rambling, or we can say that he says it now. Like, also, Yizik.
Yeah, okay. so he's like, he has a connection to Yizik. Well, Yizik certainly wants me dead. I'm wondering if this one's supposed to follow me out to nowhere and kill me.
Well, this certainly qualifies as nowhere.
It certainly does. So, yeah, I wouldn't piss him off right now.
Again, why is pointing a hand crossbow at the orb threatening? I understand that this is a threat. I'm going to sort of point it. Felix. You're doing a good job with that. You have conveyed that this is a threat. I don't understand why.
The orbs are dangerous. You can't touch them. You can't get near them. The first night here, we touched the white one. We were blind for 2 days. The light was searing, pain. It was incredible. We hid in a tent, covered it with snow, and just were blind. And then finally our sight came back. Just none of them. You can't touch any of them. Something really, really bad happens. I don't know what the fucking riddle is having to do with that.
Have you tried touching any of the others?
No, fuck no.
Oh, that's not very helpful. You'd be more scientific.
Okay, well, don't touch the white one. That's my science.
Thank you. Good science.
So I say we need to solve this.
You got an hour.
Yeah.
Charity's going to sort of move back over so he's closer to the fire again.
Yeah.
The writing was there for you too?
Aye. Yeah, the writing in the snow been here since we could see again. We noticed it.
And those 4 over there weren't with you?
Didn't know there was 4. We only found 1. There's another one sort of down the hill, kind of back to the northeast. Also, polar bears, not great, though they taste
It's
pretty good
okay,
after a
they're
few
food.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know about you folk, but if you're messed up in this Israk Devere nonsense, you've probably seen a bunch of shit too, right?
I've seen so much shit.
Right.
A lot of shit.
Let's talk about it over some light bondage.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. But I guess maybe we should solve the riddle first.
Deal.
The light bondage can take quite a while.
That'll be our reward. What do you say?
Exactly, that sounds great. Hey, Foley, did you want to be in on this? Like, in an hour, we can include you. You know, no harm, no foul.
Celebratory light bondage?
Yeah, some celebratory light bondage?
Sounds good to me. Let's just get me out of here, yeah?
Great! Hey, can you come? I can't see you very well. I just want to see if you're my type, and I don't see well in the dark. Could you come a little closer so we can plan for the light bondage?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I see you got a few weapons on you, Missy.
Oh, I've got so many weapons. I mean, that's why I'm the one doing the bondage, right?
Not my cup of tea.
Okay, if I put the weapons down, will you come closer so I can see you in the light?
Nah, I'm fine right here.
Foley, what do you expect to happen if you shoot the brown orb?
Something really bad. Real bad's gonna happen.
But wouldn't it happen to you too? You were also blinded.
Yeah, I'll take all of us out with us.
All
I
right.
see. Okay. Well, we're supposed to test Israk's riddles with ours. Which one of you answered my riddle earlier? The one about what's
I
black
did.
and white. No, you did. Stormbreaker!
Yes, I did.
That was me, the penguin. I've seen a lot of penguins get mauled by polar bears lately. It just came to me.
What do you think this means? Let's test your riddles against mine. Sorry about your luck. Is our luck just that we're here?
I don't know about you folk, but you come up with anyone who claims riddles as part of their identity?
Riddle claims.
I mean, multiple people, actually. There's, like, at least, well, groups and then, like, one person. Yeah.
Yeah, and you might know the father of this person? If I'm remembering a certain pocket dimension adventure accurately?
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't blame you for that not being clear for you. That makes sense. We heard Arbin's voice down with those lights.
Though he didn't know
Yes.
we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But the lights, one of them was Roburn's father, correct?
Yes, not natural father, but
You're right. Adoptive father.
yeah.
Does the name Roburn mean anything to you?
Oh, actually, yeah, I think I met a Roburn in Federa by the time you guys were leaving. She was looking for some work, and Ponway set her up with a caravan that was leaving town.
Charity's eyes are going to slowly close at the mention that Ponway set her up on the caravan.
She was my girlfriend, and I loved her.
Oh, she was cute, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But pretty strong.
She was cute both ways. Very strong.
That's good.
Do you know that you know her father?
I know her father. So how?
Oh,
I mean, I know a decent amount of people, but
just a guess. No reason.
oh,
Ignore that.
Seems odd. Okay.
I mean, unless, I don't know, but does Burbage really think that it's important to hide the fact that he overheard?
Charity's gonna be like, Charity's gonna message in, maybe we can cover this later.
Maybe, or riddles are central to this, and so the more we know about the Riddle Machina, the better, and if Arbin knows something about them, that could help, I don't know.
Where's your one friend, the socially awkward one? He was kind of cute.
I think he's cute. One of my chopped liver.
And this one looks like a fiery one, pointing to Hakari.
I wink at him.
Oh. Not quite my type, but...
Burbage is gonna kill me in my sleep.
I swear to God.
Not quite my type, but let's see where the night goes.
You're gonna hear Charity's voice in your head. Remember the mission for Burbage.
Alright, so that's all you knew about Roburn, so you don't know anything about the Riddle Machina?
Also, Foley looks to Stormbringer and is... what are you doing, Stormbringer, right now?
Stormbringer's like facing the brown orb, looking at it, like she's trying to figure out the riddle.
Okay. He kind of says, I wouldn't try to get between me and that.
But I have to solve the riddle. That's the conditions that you set.
Oh,
So I gotta look at these, right?
That's fine. You try to take a step. I think I'm gonna be faster than you, just saying.
Maybe you could point it at a different one while I look at the brown one? Would that be acceptable?
No dice. No dice.
Okay, but you seem to, like, not actually want to not die. You seem suicidal. Do we need to get help for you?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Okay. We'll figure that out.
My family was shit.
Foley, we're all on the same side. Why are you threatening us? This is worse than the fucking Democrats.
Not sure what that means, but... yeah, I got some issues.
Okay, so hey, let's talk through them, man. What's going on? What are you feeling? What issues? We can deal with this together.
He looks over to Hikari and he goes, her mother's right.
What?
What?
That's what I said. What? I say that. Hikari's saying that.
Why don't you all just focus on the riddle, huh?
Yeah, you all focus on the riddle. I'm gonna go up to where? Oh, he's up here, right? Like kind of in the dark.
Yeah, you got 50 minutes left.
So
50 or 15?
50.
Oh, okay. It was like, no, Andy, there is no fucking way we've been small talking for 45 minutes.
No. You're good.
So, what about my mother?
I mean, she was kind of a piece of work, right?
How do you know?
Well, I know Betty.
How do you know Betty? Oh, wait. So, whose father are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't got no kids.
You know she has, like, 15 kids, right?
I have no kids. One of them maybe looks like me, yeah.
Would I remember any of the brothers and sisters that would maybe look like him?
You barely paid attention to them.
Okay.
Why don't you focus on the riddle, yeah?
I just stare at him.
So, Charity is gonna look at Arbin. So, did it only have the effect of, the whole searing your eyes like fish steaks when you actually touched it?
I don't exactly know. I got within 5 feet of it, and it started to glow brighter and brighter, and I just instinctually threw my hands on it, tried to block a bit of the glow. And that's when it happened. It was just searing pain. Happened to Foley too, but he was like 40, 50 feet from it. I don't know if there's a place on this iceberg that'd be free from it.
What if we jumped over onto the shelf?
Onto
Like
the shelf?
Yeah.
I shove. I mean, I don't really want to try it, but
Oh, no, I'm
suppose-
just wondering if that, I mean, neither of you were on the shelf, right? You were on the same.
We were, both up here, yeah.
Okay, well, they're all talking to Arbin or trying to figure out stuff. I'm gonna like kind of walk back and forth between whatever Felix or Foley or whatever, and like I'll go get warm at the fire and then just kind of like
Okay.
pace back to a
Yeah.
little bit.
Foley looks like a human, correct?
Yes.
Wait, so how can he see where he is?
And where I am is pitch black, as where Stormbringer is.
Pretty much, yeah. He can see the orb because it's glowing.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think that he can see
You
any of us
not very
necessarily.
well, no. A couple people are like backlit from the fire, but that's
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Guys, in the interest of trying to solve this riddle, maybe one thing we could do is look underneath the snow in other parts of this area to see if there's any other writing we can discover. Should we try that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Burbage will light his hooded lantern, I guess, and
Okay.
start in basically comparable
Okay.
kind of parts around the orbs as
Yeah.
where we found the first writing. Just looking for that blue, the light blue light.
Okay.
Charity will sweep some snow from over here. Also, I'm just going to state, Charity is staying at least 10 feet away from the orbs. If I
Yeah.
accidentally drop into the wrong square or something,
Yeah.
it is a roll 20 glitch, not a...
Gotcha.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
As is Burbage.
Totally gotcha. So you two are doing that for about 5 minutes. You don't uncover anything, yet. If you want to do 10 minutes, you can give me an investigation roll. But then you would have 40 minutes left.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll do that.
Okay.
and others could be accomplishing other things while we're doing
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on
Fully?
Foley.
Gotcha.
Like I'm just kind of going back and forth to,
Beautiful. So
18
Burbage with a
for me.
15, 18
No,
for Charity.
Burbage had
No, 21 for me.
Oh, I'm
was the
sorry.
first
rolled
one.
twice.
Yeah. You do uncover 2 more bodies.
oh jeez.
These bodies look horribly mangled. They're missing a couple limbs. This is a violence that like just a polar bear could not accomplish.
Ugh.
So
It is.
where are they? Where are the other bodies?
They're a little bit further out from the spheres.
Which spear are they nearest to?
One is near blue, one is near white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see them now. Okay.
Any
One of them.
any letters, notes, clues on the mangled bodies?
The one near Charity has mostly a skeleton, so there's nothing basically left on that. And the one near you, Burbage, has again just like normal stuff. It has a full tent with it, and it has a letter as well to Isrek Devere.
Is it just cursing?
It is just cursing again. Yeah.
Jeez.
Is it the same?
No, not exactly the same.
Okay.
Hmm.
Dead horse really quick, but
Yeah.
that Foley guy doesn't look like me, does he?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense because
You're-
then how would I be a tiefling? But still,
Yeah, your mother was
I know.
human. But
just wanted
for
to
what
make
you know.
sure.
Yeah.
And I guess as far as puzzle solving goes, could Arbin have done anything productive in those 10 minutes, Andy?
He'll do whatever you want him to. Yeah, he's basically looked at this for a long time and given up trying to solve it. So he'll do whatever you want him to, but without direction, he'll just kind of watch you guys.
Yeah, Hikari would help with that part, but
She's pretty distracted.
she's
by
not,
this.
and she's also
Sure,
not
yeah.
great with puzzles or riddles.
And Stormbringer, I assume you're just kind of staring at
So-
the brown orb, hoping it will
Stormbringers-
unlock its secrets.
Since Burbage suggested looking for more messages, is looking at the ground near Foley and erasing the snow and kind of coming nearer him, but clearly not trying to be threatening, just looking for messages near him.
Yeah. Are you gonna step between Foley and the sphere?
Was that between that I just moved to?
No. But if you
Okay,
move
then-
like any closer, he'll tell you if you take one more step, I fire.
He'll say that if I move closer to him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to message to Hikari. I'm going to hit him with my glaive really hard. When I do, I need to grab him.
Okay, so we're now down
Awesome.
to. I'm sorry. This is where we were going. This is sort of now we're at what, like 40 minutes left,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and from everything we can see, this is a time component that is being introduced by him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they've been here for a week. It's not like the island
Exactly,
resets.
Yeah.
Charity is going to message Stormbringer.
Okay.
I might have a thing which would be very potentially dangerous, but could also remove him as a problem.
What is it?
Your message, everyone, or just me?
Stormbringer messaged you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
okay,
just messaging Stormbringer because
Oh, okay. I was just confused.
Yeah.
Sorry.
this was actually unrelated. This is kind of where Charity was as he's been
Okay.
racking his brain.
Okay.
What is it? Because I'm fixing to smack him upside the head with my glaive.
It's to send him somewhere else.
Ooh, good idea. Do it.
How close do you have to get to him to do that?
I think you can do it from there.
I could take a walk further into the island.
Okay. So do that and DM. I'm going to prepare a reaction where when Charity does it, if he does not go somewhere else, I'm going to immediately smack him upside, not smack Charity, smack, what's his face, upside the head with my fucking glaive.
Cool. So I'll totally allow that coordination between the two of you. Probably Hikari wouldn't get hers off
No.
at the same time, but that would work.
I wouldn't
between the
get
two of
mine
you if you
off.
want to try that?
I'm gonna message Burbage and go, it might be time for a bit of a gamble.
Oh. Yeah.
Know what you're planning to do then as well?
Not
And
yet, no.
Okay.
and I would message you quickly that like
that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen.
DM,
Yes.
Andy, I know your name. Sorry.
No, you're good.
We use this rule, the optional rule for disarming. It's on the Dungeon Master's Guide, page 271, apparently. I'm just looking at the copy of it.
Yeah.
Can I prepare that? It is in attack roll. So it would be to disarm
Yes.
to disarm the hand crossbow, but it is still an attack roll, which let me just confirm with you, that means I would still also have second attack. Because that's triggered if I make an attack roll.
Not on a reaction?
Okay.
No, she's.
Which you'd have to do to hold your...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Close to him though, so like if
Yeah.
I could definitely like hit him.
Yeah, he might fire if nothing else, works before you get to Hikari, but...
But I'm just
Well,
saying, I'm
Okay.
even like we're about the same distance from him.
Yeah, no. Hmm?
I'm
Yep.
gonna shoot for disarm,
Okay,
not
Gotcha.
attack.
beautiful. All right.
Though I do also have a question.
Yes, please.
And this is a thing that the Dungeon Master's Guide is honestly not very clear on. And so, our Player's Handbook, I leave it up to you. Does a creature making a saving throw know they're making a saving throw if the spell doesn't specify that they do?
It depends on the saving throw. Certainly, strength, dex, con.
This is charisma.
No, they probably
don't. If I had to pick one of them that would be quiet, it would be charisma.
And like the spell does not say the target knows. Like this isn't like charm person where it's especially because charm person even says like they know you charmed them or
right,
blah blah
right,
blah.
Right.
There's kind of evidence that points both ways. So I wanted to rule with you or check with you.
Yeah, I don't think he would know. I might make one roll to see if he noticed.
Okay.
It's kind of how I think I'll roll that. But you think it would be, it'd be kind of hard. Because
I'm a very good spellcaster. Yeah. I'm good at being quiet. It's a freezing gale. I'm gonna message to Burbage that he should go closer to Hikari.
Got it.
And I'm gonna message to Hikari and Stormbringer to like, if it looks like he's going to fire, try to stop him.
Okay, so I'm gonna change my prepare to that instead. And actually, can I change my prepared action to if Charity does his thing and then the guy looks like he's going to try to fire, I step in between him and the orb and then swing at him with my glaive? Or is that too many actions?
No, that would be too many. You could either try to move in front, but you're probably somewhat slow. In the snow especially.
I'm 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it is 2 feet of snow, and you'd have to leap in front of a firing crossbolt. Because remember, he's prepared his action too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much simultaneous if he recognizes something like that.
But you would be okay with she's not just going off of he didn't disappear. It's he looks like he's going to fire.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
A little harder, but totally good.
Okay. Fuck it.
Right.
I guess
and then
we
what
roll
I'm
the dice.
preparing is the disarm action with my glaive, not I have to clarify that beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's an attack action.
Yes.
Weapon attack. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm preparing a disarming weapon attack
Okay.
with the glaive. Procking on if he looks like he's about to fire.
I love it. So go ahead and do that, and let's see what happens.
I'm going to, on the far side, I'm probably even going to move a little more, so I'm at max range. I'm in the dark to him.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of a whistling wind island.
Yeah.
Casting banishment. He needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
banish him, banish him, banish him.
He rolled 3.
That doesn't my spell save DC of 18.
It does not.
So he is in a demi-plane.
Unless he's
All right.
secretly from another plane and then he's back at that plane.
And technically they would know, because if there's a popping noise, it means he was from somewhere else.
Was there a
Yeah.
popping noise?
He is just gone.
And Charity's going to say, in 1 minute, he is going to reappear right where he was.
Guess what I'm gonna do when he does that?
Be standing in between him and the orb. Be standing between him and any potential orb. Arbin, little help.
And also grapple the fuck out of him. Can I prepare a
Stop. Which square was he was in? This one, right?
He was in this. This one. Yeah.
so I've moved to in between, right? Or do I need to move one more?
Nope.
No.
Could
You
I-
need to. Well,
Technically, that would be more in between.
Is that also still have access to the square he was in? Which square was he in?
This one.
So yes.
Yep.
Are
Okay.
there any other orbs from here you could get, like the blue one, if he fires a crossbow?
Not without hitting me, right?
Right. The yellow and the white one would be harder to hit. He could hit the blue, red, or brown.
Okay, so I'll go. So Arbin's in front of the red, right?
Yeah. he's-
Burbage, go stand in the middle. If they formed a blockade there, would that help?
a little bit. Yeah.
And I'm going to prepare a grapple.
Like me in the middle.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to protect the blue orb or?
I'll protect the blue one.
Okay.
Or would it be better if Burbage was like closer to him?
Yeah, that might be. I mean, tactically, the rogue with sneak attack might not be bad to have him right next to him.
Well, and we could also, could we put like Stormbringer on one side of the where he'd appear and Burbage on the other, and then he's going to be turned only one way.
He will have flanking, so one of them will get advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay with everyone?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, and just as just flagging, and it's kind of a character thing too, but Burbage would want clarity about, are we about to, did we just do to him what Shenik did to me in Stormbringer?
Yes.
Yup.
In which case, does that, I mean, Burbage and, when that happened to Burbage and Stormbringer, they were frozen in this other realm.
That's
They
true.
weren't able to do anything. They weren't able to change.
He is
position.
completely incapacitated.
Yes.
So that gives us at least some familiarity with what he's experiencing right now, and I don't know if that affects our chances of this plan going well.
Yeah, I mean, he's aware of this, but he can't do anything about it. So I mean, he's not going to put on armor. He's not going to change shape or anything.
He's not going to be able to pull out another weapon or change where he's aiming or move his body position at all.
Right.
So what is Burbage doing right when he comes back?
You're just on the other square, like you're flanking
Stabbing the
him.
ever-loving fuck out of him.
Yeah, so you're just
Holding
basically either you or Stormbringer or both of you could attack him as soon as he comes back. But like he can only face one way, so you're on the other side of him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It'll give you advantage.
Cool.
Yeah, and you get advantage because of it.
Awesome. 2 questions for Andy. Andy, 1, do you remember whether in the second episode of Fates of Rin, Burbage did manage to get that coin purse off of Foley?
He did, yeah. He took the gold, yeah.
I did. Does he?
Yeah.
2, is he wearing a coin purse? Was he wearing one now that you saw?
You had a really heavy cloak on. You didn't see.
Okay. I was going to say that would be so good if, like, now, all these episodes later, Burbage gets the coin purse or gets it again. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I will.
Thank you for the follow, Self-Made Man 627.
Yeah, thanks. Woo.
I will fulfill my part of the plan.
All right, everyone. Woo.
Woo!
Let's roll some good
do
stuff.
this. I yell that.
So the way that this basically works, I'm mostly there to provide further difficulty targeting anything.
Okay.
And because of the way concentration works, I'm not going to be able to cast really a spell on him until I end this other one.
Right.
But I will be attacking him relatively quickly then.
That's fine. Yeah, well, if he's still up and stuff hasn't crazy changed, we can roll initiative at that point.
Okay.
Your dagger would help you.
I'm gonna prepare to grapple him, you guys, so he can't move and get a shot on an orb. If somebody else could disarm him, and then we can go from there. Stab the fuck out of him, tie him up, whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Am I supposed to disarm him, or am I just stabbing him?
Anybody can do that. Anybody can make a disarm attack.
Yeah.
But we're all. Oh no, I guess Charity's standing there too, isn't he?
Pretty close.
I think that it's also we could just knock him out vis-a-vis the stats.
Yeah.
I don't know what health he has, and I'm worried that if I fail my grapple, he can move and shoot an orb.
True, though. Okay, and let me just double check this with you, Andy. Sorry to drag this into a meta
of
discussion.
No,
Would we
it's good.
feel like that would probably be after an initiative roll? Like moving and taking another shot?
If he has to move, yes. Taking a shot, it's going to be behind cover. I'm going to make him roll.
Yeah. I just meant that we're going to basically...
It would probably proc as soon as he pops back in. I'll do it after Stormbringer and Burbage, because you're holding their actions.
So the safest thing would be for me to prepare a grapple and Burbage to prepare a disarm.
Is that the safest, or is it
Yes.
safest for you to both attack him?
And hope that he has low enough HP that we kill him in the first round?
with a disarm.
Oh, okay. I'm worried he has other weapons, which is why I wanted to grapple him. I doubt he just has one hand crossbow. They usually come in pairs, but it's up to you.
No.
Arbin would confirm he has more than one.
Okay.
If I attack, if I'm dual wielding Bright Fang and my offhand short sword, can I make my Bright Fang attack a regular attack and the offhand short sword attack a disarm attack?
Not with the hold action.
Because you only get one attack.
Yeah, it's
basically
only in the reaction of it. Yeah.
Can a disarm attack still do as much damage?
It wouldn't do any
It doesn't
damage.
do damage, it just disarms. It's
Yeah,
contested by the target's strength check or dexterity check. I don't know how dexterous or strong he is. But so you'd be making a weapon attack contested by his strength or dex. Specifically athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decisions.
And just for
Your
giggles,
minute's almost up? Yeah,
just
go
for
it.
giggles, right in the square where he is going to reappear, Charity's going to throw down a couple of handfuls of caltrops.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm also going to, like, as soon as I've been keeping track of the time, and as soon as, like, I have, like, 3 seconds left or something, pop into rage.
Yeah.
Could those please be the caltrops that Burbage gave you as a present many weeks ago in this world? It was I think it was at Sherstow you gave us presents and Burbage was like, "Oh, guys, I didn't get him anything. Here, Charity, it's caltrops." Yeah, cool.
So we can say that the minute is up.
So Burbage is going to do a disarm attack because he wants answers from this guy.
Okay.
And I will pop into rage right before he comes back, and I'm preparing a grapple.
Sounds good.
And Hikari, let's do this!
Okay.
All right. He pops back in. He is holding his crossbow still at the brown one. Burbage and Stormbringer, go ahead and do your magic.
I guess we don't get guidance on
Strength
attack
check?
rolls.
No.
You guys get attack rolls against his strength roll, right? Or dex.
And I have advantage. Fuck, I rolled in 12. This was my concern. But Burbage hit good.
With a 21 with Bright Fang.
Okay.
Or just... am I using Bright Fang to disarm him? Does it matter? I don't know.
It's up to you.
It's probably a good idea too.
Yeah, yes I am. I have it drawn and I'm...
He rolled a 17 for Stormbringer, so he beat that.
So he's not grappled.
But a 14 for Burbage.
So he's disarmed with the first one.
Yes. Burbage, you have flung the crossbow up into the air. You hear it even fire then as you hit it, and you hear the bolt just up into the air.
So I'm like, acha, and flang. Cool.
And why don't we go ahead and roll initiative?
Yay!
Caltrops? Oh, that was my
Sorry.
my thing. I was like, my caltrops got initiative? That's a nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I never get that.
Charity got a nat 20 on initiative. Burbage got a 19, so that's cool.
I got a 14, even
Well, a
with
19
advantage.
A 19
Wait.
rounded up to 23.
That is 6.
I won't tell you where he's going exactly, but you saw my roll, so it's not amazing. All right, Charity, you get to go first.
And I critted, so I'm going twice.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to... Both halos have flared into life. And again, the flames are no longer ragged or like flickering. They're these sort of perfectly smooth hoops that are just almost pure radiance. And with one sort of flicked finger, Charity is going to call his spiritual weapon into existence. Sort of right in front of him, so also making it harder for Foley to see through towards The orbs.
Yeah.
25 hit him.
Yeah.
It does, yep.
Woohoo!
13 force damage.
All right. That was your bonus?
Yeah. And then as you watch, especially Burbage and Stormbringer, you will see something you haven't seen in a long time. Floating down from the sky, you see feathers glowing in silver.
Ah, those feathers. Yes.
But now you see they're actually made of flame again. And they'll form a horn on Charity's head, where his horn is missing. You should have threatened my family. Fumble.
Oh no. Go ahead and roll the fumble just in case, but the other two hit.
It was the last one as well. So
It was the last one, yeah. Normal miss. No worries.
Okay.
You hit, yep, with the first two. 10 and 11, all right. He is still up, though. You slam the bright silver flame into him. He shrieks out in pain. A bit of his thick cloak, the fur is now burning and on fire.
You chose well done.
And then Charity, your turn.
A third eye will flare into life on Charity's forehead for a moment. I need him to make a strength saving, or a strength check, not a saving throw.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. 20. Not net.
Okay. He is not grappled by telekinesis.
Okay.
And then, good lord, I shouldn't have tried to do this through this menu. Oh dear.
Oh no. That's a crit hit for the spiritual weapon. Oh my gosh. The attack blinds him as it slashes into him, cutting across one of his eyes. He now cannot see very well.
Out of one eye, right?
Yes.
He's
that is
blind
a
in one eye.
-2 to any attack roll that he would make.
16 force.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Obliterate.
Oh, he looks pretty hurt. As all of these just slam into him, cut across his eye that he can't see now.
And I'm going to close.
Okay. Burbage.
I'm attacking him with Bright Fang. I'm not trying to kill him.
So non-lethal damage.
That's a 14 with Bright Fang.
14 misses as he almost instinctually is grabbing his eye but dodges by ducking. Nope, he can't duck. You're really 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
Leaping over your Bright Fang attack.
He's putting himself into range.
Unless I've climbed up on some kind of part of this ice shelf or something.
No, it's fine. Yeah, he leaps in the air. He's very quick, and that is a little unnerving, being so quick in the snow.
Yeah, do I have a bonus? I can attack with my offhand short sword?
Yeah.
26.
That's 26 certainly hits.
Okay.
That's going to get sneak attack as well.
So 5 piercing damage, and I'll do sneak attack.
26.
31 piercing.
Yeah, you stab into him. Blood spurts out of the side as you reel back.
Non-lethal.
Short sword. He's bleeding pretty profusely from that. And something reminds you, now that you stabbed into his back, you also have cut his cloak. Very similarly to the last time you cut his cloak. And you now see a purse, a coin purse, hanging off the back of him.
Oh man. Can I can do just a slight action, right?
You don't. You've used your bonus, and you're regular already.
Like a free? Isn't there like something, just a small thing that
To pick his pocket? No, not quite.
All right. Damn.
Is he on the ground yet? Or
No,
what?
not on the ground yet. No.
Does he look bloodied?
Yes, he's bloodied, certainly.
Okay.
That was quite the stab wound he just got.
Yeah.
And Stormbringer, your turn.
Grappling him doesn't keep him from pulling out another weapon, right? It just keeps him from moving.
Right. Yeah, he could certainly pull out another weapon.
But right now, he doesn't really have a shot on any of the orbs if he stays in this position, right?
I would say that there's going to be cover from all of you, at least a little bit. Yeah.
What amount of cover?
Probably half for the brown one.
I'm in front of the blue one.
Yeah, half for all the three up there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it would be disadvantage if he tried to shoot way down there.
Also, because of his eye, wouldn't he have disadvantage?
He has -2 to attack because of the eye.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
Thinking. What are you doing? Sorry. Okay. Fuck. Is grappling technically an attack action?
Yeah.
So if I fail to grapple this time, I can technically take second attack, right?
Does it specify with a weapon?
Let me check.
Or just the attack? When you make an attack with a weapon? Because some of those do require that.
What I wrote in my thing. Let me check the actual thing, 'cause sometimes I write these in shorthand.
Yeah. Or is it just make the attack action?
Beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Cool.
So I would have second attack.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to grapple him.
Okay.
And is that a strength or athletics check from me? Or an attack roll? What am I doing?
It's an attack with strength then?
So roll my strength check?
Yes.
And do I have advantage from my rage? We've done it before where I have advantage from my rage, but I think we've maybe been doing it wrong. I don't know why I'm hurting myself.
Yeah, it's make a special melee attack. So it's a melee attack with your strength modifier.
So no advantage.
It's a strength athletics check. Further down, it specifies it's strength athletics.
It is?
Yes.
So yes, advantage.
You try to seize the target by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. A strength athletics check contested.
Okay.
There. Okay.
So it's an
athletics.
attack action.
Yes.
So it is
goes-
athletics, not
But it's an
strength
athletics
check.
roll, not a straight strength.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So I do have advantage because I'm raging.
And he gets the athletics 2.
Or he can make an acrobatics, I think, to evade it.
Evasion
Maybe.
gets an option, but it can't. You can't grapple with.
Yeah. So he can choose either, and I rolled a 19.
Okay. A 22.
Okay.
He's just barely able to dodge out of that. Or you kind of grab a hold of his cloak, and he just slips out of the cloak entirely from you, so you're quite unable to get that. But you can use a second attack.
Yep, I sure can decide which second attack I'm doing. I'm gonna fucking try to grapple him again with the second attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
He rolled a 20.
You have advantage.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to turn it back on.
He rolled a 21.
21.
I rolled a
which is
23.
23.
A 23.
Bitch be grappled.
Bitch be grappled. That needs to be a t-shirt. Bitch be grappled.
So,
He is grappled.
and I'd also like to make the case, I know this is like my thing, and I'm sorry, you guys who have to DM me, but I'd like to make the case that because I've got him grappled, he's closer to my body, and so has a harder time getting a shot off on things. because I'm very, very large.
Well, he's definitely should have a harder time.
Generally, yeah. He pulls the cloak off, and you sort of use that momentum to sort of put him kind of a chokehold as you slip. He's almost sort of turned around as he's kind of in that chokehold.
Cool beans. So that's my turn.
You can also zap him.
Oh, right, because I'm raging. He needs to make a dexterity save.
And you're now grappling
17.
him. He has disadvantage on this.
Or disadvantage on this.
He has
So
disadvantage.
DC 17.
12.
So he'll take 5 points of lightning damage.
All right, 5 points of.
I feel like from near him, he also hears Charity's voice. And now we come to the light bondage portion of the evening.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. He's going to, as best he can, step his foot right behind your foot, turn slightly, and you see him produce another, his second crossbow.
Is she still grappling him though?
She is still grappling him?
He can make attacks when he's grappled.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole point of this was so he kind of moved to get a better shot on the orbs.
All right.
And hopefully I've got him, pretty well blocked from seeing them, and plus he's blind in one eye, and you guys are standing in front of them.
You've actually made it. I mean, it's not hard to hit a floating giant glowing orb, but you guys have made it difficult, certainly.
He is also standing on caltrops.
So that's probably distracting and a little, unsteady footing, right?
It makes it hard it also makes it hard for him to move.
Yeah. And he's going to have a real hard time trying to get away. All right.
Is it my turn?
Just so you, Darcy, see that?
I can't see it.
See that attack roll? So I'm not making this up? He spins around just enough, fires an arrow that buzzes straight next to your ear. Even Charity, just instinctually, you throw your hand up trying to just catch it or knock it away. It sails right past all of you, straight into the orb.
Oh, fuck.
Bounces off of the orb, and as it does, you hear kind of a boom, and it just gets louder and louder, and you have to throw your hands to your ears and nearly drop to the ground. It becomes so intensely loud. I need everyone to make a strength saving throw as well, as the vibration in just the ice itself is incredibly difficult. Okay.
I got a 25.
25, Burbage a 4, Charity is 16.
Mine's coming.
And Hikari. Burbage, give me a d4 roll, please. And Hikari an 11.
I didn't even get to take a turn.
Hikari, also give me a d4 roll.
Oh no.
That sucks for Darcy. She was so excited for combat.
And I didn't just as a check, because I have a thing that applies to this, I did not fail that save.
You did not fail the save, nope.
I just want to make sure.
Yep.
Because I have a feature that I keep
I
fucking
did.
forgetting I have.
Yeah, no, you're good. Okay, Burbage and Hikari, please take 6 damage. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
And Hikari, give me a d4 roll.
Okay. Hold on.
Burbage, give me another dexterity saving throw, please. All right, you are flung into the air, shot, the trajectory of which looks like you're going to land in the water, Burbage. You just instinctually grab Bright Fang, and just as you're about to slip past the ice here, you carve straight into it with Bright Fang, and now you're holding on, dangling a little bit off of the 10-foot drop to the icy waters below.
Nice.
But you are not going in that.
Oh, man.
Just barely.
That's awesome.
Sadly, with that, he fully failed his as well. His body is flung.
Wait, who's?
But I'm
His
holding
body-
him,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
and I made all
We
my
had to cover
saves.
our ears, so she wouldn't have been holding him anymore.
Yeah, you probably have to cover your ears as much
Did you
as you
say
can.
we had to cover our ears?
He said we
Or
all
you say
did.
we
You
had
all
to make a
did.
strength
I mean-
save? But was that a flavor
Yeah.
thing, or is that how it's written?
Either way, he's going down.
Okay.
It's
And
just
I
whether
want to
his
choke
body
this bitch
is
out.
okay. That's fine. I'll allow it. You withheld it. You probably are gonna have hearing loss here. For a
And
little
that's
bit?
fine. I shout in it anyway.
Yeah, no problem. But you are able to hang on to him. And Arbin succeeded his. The ground then sort of kind of is vibrating intensely around you. The iceberg itself, you hear kind of reverberating this sound. And then it starts to go quiet. Foley is unconscious, certainly. He thought probably that would do much, much worse things. than-
Yeah, are we out of initiative order?
We are out of initiative order.
Hey, that wasn't that bad, you guys! I'm gonna shout while I use my med kit on Foley to try to stabilize him.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. You immediately start to try to stabilize him.
Can we then tie him up or put him in?
Yeah. Kari, also, you were getting close to the edge.
Okay.
But you were able to just kind of slide into the snow and hold on just enough so you didn't fall into the water. And Burbage, you were able to climb up.
Burbage, you're going to start floating gently up.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you feel the entire iceberg below you rumble a bit again. It's not quite the vibration of sound. A bit of ice and snow crumbles off into the water, and you hear kind of a loud splash. That vibration quickly goes away. But it came from somewhere deep in the ice. Then just silence. And instinctually, for some reason, you all turn your heads to the east. Just as the sea erupts upward in a pure white column, the water immediately then freezes in the air and falls lightly and slowly as snow, forming a twirling mist and obscuring your vision except for a gigantic shape, now lit from behind only by a slight moonlight. It beats its gigantic wings and rises, soaring over the falling snow and the mist. The fog almost disperses then by its gigantic wings, rolls out along the water and the iceberg itself. And as this thing, this gigantic thing, lands on the side of the iceberg, the ice beneath you rumbles again. Pieces of ice again falling into the sea. The snow now falls back into the sea as well, and the mists begin to lift. You're shielding your eyes for just a second against the hard pelting of the snow. And you now see the most frightening thing you have ever seen in your life. A gigantic beast. So horrific that you can only make out pieces of it. Its pure white skin, its scales, its horns, its bat-like wings, its claws that dig deep into the ice. An enormous creature, the likes of which you've never experienced. This is a massive white dragon. Its gaze and teeth now pointed toward all of you, and it roars, which leaves you frozen in place, feeling tiny and powerless. And I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw against being frightened by this horrific thing. But we'll do that next time. As that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons.
Can Burbage just say, in this moment, pineapples? Pineapples.
If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. And if you'd like to know more about us, our stream, our company, or upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com. Follow us on Twitter at Helpful Goat, or check out our Facebook page at Helpful Goat. Thank you so much to everyone for playing. What an amazing, fun episode. Lots of reunions. I'll even add one more reunion. As the dragon roars, Burbage, you notice as he roars at all of you, he's missing a bottom fang.
There it is.
Oh no.
I was wondering. Oh, no.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. We immensely appreciate it. And from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna get eaten by a dragon.
Oh, good night. Fuck.
Okay, so our massive attack is going to be next week,
Oh,
obviously.
I hate you so much. I didn't get to
No,
fight at all.
You were doing great.
You got me so
I'm sorry.
excited.
Darcy, next episode's probably going to be like only a fight. It's probably going to take us 8
better
hours
it's
to
going
tell
to be
this
3
fight.
hours of
He got me
fight.
so excited, like, oh, it's gonna be crazy, and you all might die, but don't worry, we'll bring you back somehow. And I'm worried.
I mean, alternately,
It could have happened right away.
Yeah, I
had
know.
no idea.
pineapples.
Yeah.
Alternately.
Pineapples.
Oh no, we're fighting this dude for at least
God
a
damn
while.
it.
I'm not gonna run away to Cliffmail.
Oh,
And...
welcome everyone to your first dragon. And it's, honestly, it's an old one. It's pretty old.
That's so
So-
cool.
Are
I'm
dragons?
excited. That'll be a lot of fun.
Well, are dragons intelligent enough that he might recognize his fang? If
Yup.
Can they talk?
Jesus
That
Christ.
dragon is probably as intelligent as like at least a couple members of the party.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Can they
yeah.
talk?
Like-
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely talk. Definitely quite old and wise and intelligent.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so
Fuck.
excited.
I've never fought one, so
I love that we ended on the reveal, though. Too.
That was
pretty
great.
cool.
It was really good rhythm to like, yeah, like we think we have this, we've got Foley under control, we got this.
yep.
And then just like, I mean, it seems like really solid story,
Yeah.
serendipitously good storytelling that like, nope, now things are way worse.
He rolled a crit. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I couldn't.
man.
I
Oh
couldn't
yeah, it
even-
was a 28 he showed me.
A crit 28.
So good.
It was.
I would have believed you though, but I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I saw it.
Yeah,
'Cause,
just in case you were
it sucks
wrong.
that you set up such a great trap for him.
Yeah.
It just.
I had a feeling it wasn't gonna necessarily work.
Well done, everyone. Well done. That was awesome.
But
And we get to fight a dragon next time.
yes. Woohoo!
Love it. I'm
Uh,
horrified, but I love it.
Fun.
That was so shocking.
Awesome.
Oh,
All right. How's everyone doing? Everyone okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's good.
Okay.
Your warnings about us having a big fight helped. Like, it's not like
Yeah.
stressful going into this.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I think I said this to you. Like, the thing for me is like I really appreciate the warnings because it helps. I think keep everyone focused if they know that it's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
mainly the I've described you before as puckish. I know you're doing it as a joking thing, but I have
Indeed.
to turn it off.
Indeed. Gotcha.
So I'm like, no, I'm not going to listen to you when you go into that. So it's more useful to me to be like, there is a serious fight coming up. I'd rather you didn't party wipe.
Yeah. 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 He's not being puckish this time.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. Where it's like, no. Think about your lives.
Gotcha. Beautiful.
No, beautiful. Oh, goody. It's a dragon. I've actually never fought one of these. in
I
any
know.
form.
I have honestly.
No.
I fought dragons in Pathfinder back when I used to play Pathfinder.
Yeah. I'm so
Um,
excited.
It's fun. we got fucking crazy with it. Our cleric did. I forget what that spell is. Where you can like, it's not flying, but anyways, our cleric basically like threw themselves at the dragon in the air.
Oh my god.
And it was beautiful.
Catapult is a spell that you can accelerate mass.
Yeah, it was some fun shit. Fighting dragons is fun. We also might all get our asses fucking kicked if this is a very old one, like Andy's saying.
But just remember pineapples.
The one that's been around since
that art looks like an ancient one.
It's in case you're worried, he's not in a lair.
What does that mean?
Does that make a difference?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. This is beyond you if he's in a lair. It's not beyond you if he's just out.
What is a layer make them like more territorial?
No, a lair.
No, it gives them
more.
You're fighting on their turf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they hoard gold and stuff?
Oh yeah. You get to his lair. There's a crap load of treasure.
Okay.
Where's his lair?
You don't know. Nor do you probably want to fight him or anywhere near it.
Yeah, but maybe we could find it afterwards.
Maybe.
After we kill him, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
And become rich.
Awesome. I'm excited. All right.
Good job, everyone.
Cool. Yeah, that was fun. Good job, guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
This has been Goats and Dragons, presented by Helpful Goat Gaming. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.